Hey, welcome back to the bakagaijinshow. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Siegfried, and with me, as always, is my incantatory co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
Again with the words I don't know.
To be incanted.
Encanto?
No, it's in, not N. It's in. We're starting over. This sucks. This is the worst. This is the worst. I'm picking a different. Fuck you. Different
Okay,
word.
fine. You want me to stop?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop it. Hello, welcome to the Baka Gaijin Show. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Siegfried, and with me, as always, is my insouciant co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
Does that have something to do with like sociable or
No, insouciant.
I am unclear.
It's a quality of a lack of care or concern.
That is like the opposite of me, sir. Thank you. Or at least I think it is. See, the problem with that is that sometimes I'm a judge of character for other people, not myself.
Sure.
It would be very presumptuous of me to be like, oh, I'm not like that, but you know,
Yeah.
Lord
You're
knows.
You're like the half-life of people, in that there's no mirrors around you.
I'm like the half-life of people in that there's no third part. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that. So,
I'm struggling to figure that out myself. This is what I get for expanding my vocabulary. You know,
look, man.
try to bring a little class and education. You just refuse to be educated is the problem.
I mean, I got other things to do other than look up random words in like the thesaurus, the thesaurus.
I don't look up anything. I know these. I know these words.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like offhand?
Yeah, most of them.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. Some of us care about being cultured, Kevin. Also, some of us have triple-digit IQs.
Hey, I do too.
Oh, really? Can you prove that? The guy who won't even show me his birth certificate.
Hey, I got it lying around here somewhere now.
Yeah, you've had it lying around for a while. We need to settle this debate. We need to settle which one of us is actually older.
Once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. After all this time.
Yeah.
Watch it be me and then I can gloat about that. That's like the one thing I'll have.
Oh, that you're closer to death? What a thing to brag about.
Well, gee, why would you ruin the mood?
That's why I'm here.
No! It is not why you are here.
That is why I'm here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. You're the one threatening to brag about things.
Threatening to brag about things?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that you just did.
Don't test me. I will brag about it. I'll do it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's you. That's what you sound like.
Yeah, that's you.
You've saved me the trouble of putting together a deep fake of you saying that by you saying that.
You were planning on doing it anyway?
Planning is a strong word. I have a lot of fleeting whims. You know.
Just passes through your mind and you're like, I may yet one day do that.
Yeah, you know. It happens. Have I not told you about like 4 different book ideas I have not written yet?
You have absolutely told me about like 4 or 5 different book ideas you have not written, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I'm no stranger to fleeting whims.
For a second there I thought you were going to be like, we're no stranger to love.
No. Why? No. Why would you say that?
Well, you know the rules, and so do I.
Is this like Are you referencing something? Or...
Full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You can't get this from any other guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. I want to make you understand.
You see, bits work better when both people know what's going on in them.
It's a fucking Rickroll, dude. Come on.
Rickroll. What is that, like some kind of sushi or?
Starting over again. Fuck this. No, we're starting. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that.
I don't know why we would.
We're not doing that.
Look, sometimes I make references that you don't get. So, I mean, fair's fair, you know.
Jeez. Why must you ruin my jokes? The ones that work.
Well, that's 3 strawberries in a bucket for you.
We're bringing it back. Bringing it back.
I don't know what you're talking. I literally just said that right now.
We are not doing the Berenstain timeline thing again. No, this is not happening right now.
We're not doing it again, or we've already done it.
Stop it! Fucking stop!
I would, Kevin, but how do you know I'm even the same instance that you were just talking to?
Man, I do not have enough coffee in my system for this right now.
You know, maybe your chemical dependencies are part of the problem.
My chemical dependencies are maybe part of the problem. Maybe.
Yeah.
Mayhaps.
Yeah. We've all seen the ending of Over the Hedge. We know where this leads.
What am I hammy now? Am I hammy?
You've always been hammy. I mean, that's why you're here.
I mean, this is very true. Very true.
Yeah.
This is a factual statement.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Well, it has been about 2 weeks since our last episode, and my life has been a trip, a journey.
Yeah.
As it always is, you know. Trip around the sun. Trip around the sun.
Yeah. You finally get into Datura?
Into what?
Datura?
I'm unfamiliar.
Oh. It's okay, we were all in middle school once.
See, there it is. References. There we go.
Yeah. Don't worry, they get it. They get it. They get
Do
it.
they?
Yeah, everyone but you gets that.
So, like, the first week, like, when we were originally going to record, but then, you know, you were like, I'm not up to it this week, man.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I went to a lot of doctor's appointments. Getting your medical shit caught up is a pain in the ass. Because,
Which was your favorite?
What do you mean?
Like, which was your favorite?
My favorite what?
Your favorite doctor's appointment you had?
You can rank those?
That's what I'm asking you to do, yeah.
Oh boy, I sure loved getting x-rays done on my knees.
Well, does that rank low or high? I can't tell with your sarcasm.
I can't tell either. It was just a bunch of shit that... Okay. I guess the first appointment was pretty good because they basically just tried to speed run as many tests and shit as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't have to go back in over and over to do those things later.
Yeah, but did you get a lollipop at the end?
No lollipop for Kevin.
That would cost it a point for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's like the biggest flaw. It's like the biggest flaw of all of them. No lollipops.
Yeah, 4 stars on Yelp.
No dum-dums, no suckers.
Can you rate doctors' offices on Yelp?
Terrible service. Absolutely no lollipops. The doctor's office smelled like latex.
And the Band-Aid wasn't even Crash Bandicoot.
Exactly.
He gave me the Hello Kitty Band-Aid. I didn't want the Hello Kitty Band-Aid.
I wanted Spyro the Dragon. 0 out of 10, never coming back. But no, yeah, I got a lot of tests done. Like the first doctor's appointment I went to, I had to get blood drawn.
Sure.
But they didn't tell me that they were doing blood work that day. They just said, "Hey, come in and we'll do a bunch of shit." I don't know
that's
what
how they get you.
That's how they get me. That's how they got me. So
yeah.
I ended up getting.
You made the classic blunder of giving your blood to the government.
So like I was not properly hydrated when I went in, and so they ended up not being able to find a vein. So I got stuck in the arm with a needle for nothing, and I had to come in the next day, which was for a completely different appointment, which was with my psychiatrist, and then I actually did get my blood drawn.
Your psychiatrist is at the same building?
Well, psychiatrist, therapist, yeah, it's kind of a general clinic, general use clinic.
I have never fucking heard of a psychiatrist at a clinic.
Hey, it works. I'm not going to complain. It works.
It's okay. I'll complain for you.
No, this is far from a complaint.
No, I can't actually find an argument. I'm not saying I have any argument against it. I've just never fucking heard of that happening before.
Well, now you have.
Those are very different fields. You know, when someone says, I got blood drawn at the psychiatrist's office, I'm like, wait, is he a vampire? What's going on there? That's not standard practice.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, they got, like, different rooms for, like, this, the therapist, my primary care physician, they have x-rays, they have a bunch of other shit. Like, they got a little bit of everything there. About the only thing that they don't have there is behavioral health, which I have to go to a different clinic for that, but...
You still need behavioral health? You're almost 30.
I know, right? Look, man, the ADHD, it distracts me very... Ooh. I'm sorry,
Kevin,
what?
we're doing a podcast. We're doing a podcast right now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
See, I can't control the ADHD. Sometimes it...
See, when you say behavioral health, like, that sounds like something for children.
Yeah, but...
Or addicts.
Children, or addicts, or both.
Yeah.
Am I both?
The opioid crisis. The opioid crisis isn't getting any better. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I got back into playing Pokemon Legends Arceus a couple days ago because I haven't done the post game on that. And
you can't just pivot into that. How's your blood?
My blood work actually came back negative for basically any like acute problems. Same with my X-rays. So I need to go back and talk to my care physician about doing other tests to see what the fuck is wrong with me, because my muscles hurt every day, and so do my knees. I have problems, and they need to be fixed.
Sure.
Or addressed at the very least.
But what is your blood type?
A.
Yeah, same.
Yep. But yeah, I'm an A blood type. My voice fucking cracked there. That was terrible.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm almost 30. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, you should go to behavioral. You should go to fucking behavioral health to find out why your voice keeps cracking.
Shut up. It's not what that is. How is my behavior related to my voice?
I mean, I think the tone is a kind of behavior. Don't take that tone with me, young man.
There we go.
Or old man. We don't know. You won't show me your fucking birth certificate.
Well, find out soon enough. I'll dig it out. But yeah, so outside of all the Doctor shit, moving on from that, I did get back into playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, because I haven't done the post-game on that. Mind you, that is like a 10 to 12 hour post-game, so it's practically another game on its own entirely.
Sure.
Plus, there are DLC challenges that were released for free like a few months ago that I haven't done, so I gotta do that shit too.
And the prom's tomorrow.
Actually, in the game, the prom was the previous day. But,
there's a prom in this game?
A celebration, a party, a dance of sorts. People got together. There was merriment to be had.
Yeah. Did you accidentally kiss your mother at this prom?
Yeah, see, you get isekai'd on your own in this game, so that's, like, not able... You can't exactly do that here, no.
Well, it's no, I mean, like, your past mother, like Back to the Future style. I was referencing Back to the Future, is what I was referencing.
Unless your mother is, like, 500 years old, no.
I mean, that happens. I've seen some anime.
This is very true. Yeah, actually 500 years old is a trope.
Yeah. Pokemon is an anime, according to some scholars.
Pokemon has an anime.
Pokemon contains an anime.
Pokemon may contain anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been playing some Fork Knife.
Right.
There's a Star Wars event going on right now, and that's pretty fun.
Right now? I heard they just added RoboCop. Why is he being added during a Star Wars event?
The Star Wars event lasts until the 17th. And RoboCop's just there now. I'm not complaining. I love RoboCop.
Is he now canon in Star Wars?
Is Fortnite canon to Star? No, Fortnite is canon to Star Wars because we got Emperor Palpatine's message in it. That joke falls flat.
Somehow RoboCop has returned.
Step away or there will be trouble. But there's one thing I've been doing very consistently over the last 2 weeks. Very, very consistently. Quite a bit.
Oh, masturbating?
See, that's a personal question, and I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to give a definitive answer.
That's a question and more an interjection with an exclamation point.
Masturbate?
You can respond to it if you want. I don't, but it's just there now.
I choose to refrain. I plead the fifth.
Okay, I just want you to know your silence speaks volumes.
But what I have been doing is video editing. A lot of video editing, actually. Sheridan is doing another one of his KFP recipes videos.
Yeah.
And for KFP Recipes 3, I am the primary editor.
Yes.
And
does this imply the existence of a secondary and perhaps tertiary editor?
Secondary editor is QA the Third.
Okay, can I be the tertiary editor? I won't actually do anything. I just want my name in the credits.
I'll put you under bragging rights.
Sure. That works and is accurate.
Okay.
I just like taking credit for things. I'm like a producer in this way.
True. Yeah, but no. Last couple of weeks I've been doing a lot of video editing for KFP Recipes 3, and turns out I really like video editing. It's fun.
I imagine when you have a computer that works, it is.
Yeah, it helps that my laptop actually does meet the recommended requirements for video editing at 1080p. It's been a really fun experience. I would say video editing is it's kind of like a macro version of just problem solving. Every new part that you have to do, there's always some kind of problem that you have to figure out. Like, how do I clip this audio so that it flows through this scene better? How do I speed this scene up in a way that looks natural and doesn't feel janky, or make it so that it doesn't feel like I'm just trying to speed run through the whole thing. It feels like a natural progression. How the fuck
do you add Darude Sandstorm?
How the fuck do I make this goddamn fucking transition work? God damn it, motherfucker! Goddamn motherfucking! Will you fucking work result? Sorry. I got put into a mindset there. But anyway,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I love video editing. It's super fun. I fucking love it.
Nice.
There are a couple of edits that I've done in that video that are really fun, but some reshoots have to be done, I believe, tomorrow, because a couple of shots need to get redone.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, one of the shots that needed to be redone involves my favorite edit that I did in the video, so I have to redo that when I get sent the reshoots. So that's only slightly disappointing. Only slightly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm actually having a really fun time with the editing. I have to get everything done by Wednesday, though.
Yeah.
But I was expecting to have it all done by Wednesday anyway, so hey, it works. It's like, this is the opposite of a problem. It was going to get done by Wednesday one way or the other.
Yeah. Or what, he's just going to fucking kill you?
No, he would be very perturbed, and I do not wish to make people perturbed.
I'm just saying, it seems like you have all the power in the situation.
I do, but not in a good way.
Is there a good way to wield power?
Absolute power.
Yeah. It is a thing.
It is.
Yeah. There's a second part to that.
There's a saying about that, but I forget it.
Yeah.
It's not that important.
Absolute power is fucking dope.
Absolute power is awesome, and I want it, please.
Yeah, it's like the ending of that game. Fuck, I forget the name. I'll look it up. But it's like, god damn it. I hate when I go to click on something and a tweet pops up in my notifications, and I think I swiped it away, but I actually clicked on it.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, my phone does this thing where it's like, I send a tweet, and it says at the top, you just sent this tweet. So, like, I try to press back, but it just goes to the tweet that I just sent. So it's like, no, that's the opposite of what I want to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the ending of one, I can't remember which one of the versions of Power Slave, where you become the God Emperor King of the universe, and everything is happy and great forever. And it's like, damn, that might be the best ending to anything ever.
I should play Power Slave. They have it on Switch now.
Yeah, the different versions are different enough. Watch the Civi video. He breaks it all down.
I did see the Civi video. It's interesting how it's interesting how the Hex version of Power Slave is like a weird amalgamation of the PlayStation and Saturn versions of Power Slave with a little bit of the PC version thrown in, but also with a couple of new things added in.
I like how Power Slave is just a very forgettable name. It's always just in the back of your mind. You're like, Power Slave. So yeah.
But is it better or worse than Exhumed?
I've heard Exhumed is. Actually, I forget what he said about Exhumed.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
I mean, I think. I don't know. I don't remember that either.
Yeah, that was like 3 months ago. You can't expect me to remember these things.
It was a while back.
Yeah, I can't even remember what I was talking about. Something about absolute power. It sounds dope.
Sounds dope. I want it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think I'd make a pretty good god.
I've yet to see anything that would suggest otherwise.
Yeah.
That said, that is what I've been doing.
Vote for me.
Vote Zeke Freak.
In the God poll.
In the God tier ranking list.
Yeah. I've read about what happens in Platinum End. I know how this works. Here's a note. Brief little advice from me to you. Don't make the suicidal 12-year-old God, because then guess what? He's gonna kill himself. It turns out that was a load-bearing God. Everything's gone now. Oops. Platinum End is something.
It's interesting. I'll give it that.
I really like how the antagonist is like, to prove he's real, God should kill himself. And then when God actually does kill himself, he's like, haha, the fact that God killed himself proves he was never real. And I'm like, okay.
That's some weird correlation there, sir.
Platinum End is like if you asked an AI to write an R-atheism post. Like, it'll use a lot of words, but it doesn't actually form a coherent thought.
Yeah, God. To think that this... Oh, God. Isn't Platinum End that series that comes from, like, the Death Note creators or something?
Yes.
Oh, to think that this is the fucking series that comes from the creators of Death Note. I
think they've lost the mojo.
I think they've lost the mojo just a tiny bit.
By the time you get like halfway through Platinum End, it becomes very apparent that they hate what they're doing, and they hate you for reading it.
Oh, God. Isn't Platinum End also that one series that has a really, really weird stance on gay people?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, at least that character did, which, given how many other author tracks are in this series, might stand to reason. I don't know.
Tsugumi Oba, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. I think it was literally like something. I think the argument was literally like, you can't accuse me of being homophobic because you haven't legalized gay marriage yet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
correlation does not equal causation.
It's airtight.
No, it's not.
I just like saying that.
It's flawless.
You know what? Nobody knows what I'm referencing. It's just a lot. It's just one of many funny lines in Disgaea 4, where Fuka spouts some inane bullshit, and Velvatoris is like, oh, "She's right. It's airtight." It's great. I love it. Fantastic.
So yeah, that's been my last 2 weeks. How's your last 2 weeks been?
Well, you'll be happy to know that I've given nobody my blood.
Okay, all right, that's good.
The blood is safely in the meat sack. That is my corporeal form, which, as we all know, is limiting.
This body is limiting.
Mother, this corporeal form is limiting.
I love my baby, but I wish he wouldn't say things like this corporeal form is limiting. I love that t-shirt.
It's great.
Yep.
I need that t-shirt. I don't have a baby myself, but it's just funny to walk around in.
Yeah. Man, look, if I wasn't so fucking fat, I'd be all over novelty t-shirts.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that I have going for myself is the fact that I'm like I am somewhere between a large and an extra large. Some large t-shirts fit, others don't. Some extra large t-shirts fit perfectly, others are baggy as fuck. It's really weird. It's not consistent, yes. And it's very frustrating. But
Yes. But just to check your privilege for a second, if someone fires a t-shirt cannon at you, you have a very high chance of being capable of wearing it.
True. I am within the best range to fit inside of most t-shirts that are launched out of a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah, if they start giving out free t-shirts at a concert or whatever, like, you can probably wear them.
Which is great, because I love that.
Yeah. This is privilege. You're privileged.
I have I have skinny privilege.
Yeah, that's your rapper name.
Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy, Skinny Privilege.
Yep. I didn't grow up in the projects. I grew up in a suburban neighborhood. Take me seriously.
That's it. Those are my bars. Thank you. I'm taking that.
Yeah. Going on tour to all the cities near you, but not actually your city.
Yep. All the cities within a 50-mile radius of where you live.
But never actually where you live.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's the path of the real artist. What are we talking about?
I don't even know anymore. What have you been doing the last 2 weeks?
Right.
Aside from
it's been a while.
Aside from not giving the government your blood, because we know that. We know that.
Right. Yeah. Or anyone really. Yeah. Not willingly anyway. I haven't ruled out the possibility that they take it in my sleep. In fact, I think that's actually pretty likely.
Yeah.
Might explain why I wake up so parched. Also, what would explain that is the fact that I don't drink anything like 6 hours before I go to bed. That might also explain it.
You're waking up to ash and dust.
Michael Jackson woke up dead.
That...
like my timely auto-tune the news references?
Michael Jackson woke up dead.
Yeah, remember those clips of his lawyer be like, I warned everyone this would happen. One day he woke up dead. Like, yeah, I guess that's how it works. I don't know. I was in a strange auto-tune the news kick a few weeks ago. It comes back around every so often.
She's climbing in your windows to beating your people up.
That was a slightly later era, but yeah, that's also good.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
See, I was a real fan. I was there since the auto-tune days. Yeah. Back when, I have distinct memories of watching Auto-Tune the News number 3 on my iPod Touch 3rd generation.
Apple discontinued the last iPods.
Oh yeah, that was pretty recently, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a few days ago.
Yeah, I kind of want a standalone audio player, but because it's now just like an enthusiast market, they're actually like good and expensive.
Yeah.
So
they're designed to play FLAC audio.
Yeah, fucking lossless, the chunky handheld drivers and stuff.
Yeah.
The nice screens. I don't know. Something about the idea of having a dedicated music player appeals to me. Even though I don't really have a problem with Spotify premium quality or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those things that appeals to me. If I had unlimited monies, it's one of those things.
So what you been doing?
Thinking about a better timeline where I have one of those things.
Yeah, I do wish.
Yeah. You ever fantasize about being financially independent?
Every fucking day.
Yeah.
All the time. Dude, that's like my dream.
Yeah.
Do nothing but be financially stable for the rest of my life. I wish that were me.
Yeah.
I hate the internet. I hate it.
Yeah. It may be, look at people. I understand it may be hard to relate to, but you know, this is what we aspire to.
See, they say mo money, mo problems, but I don't know. I can tell you right now, a lot of my problems would be fixed with mo money. So,
I mean, I've never had that much money, so maybe people should just give me a lot of money, and we'll just see how many problems I have after that. You know, I mean, it couldn't hurt to check, you know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really, when you say that, it's more of a hypothesis, really, and a hypothesis must be tested.
Yeah, just plop like $100,000 in my lap, see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how many problems I have after that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we'll place bets on that and get more money. That's how it works. It's kind of how the system works. It's like exponential. You know, you need to spend money to make money, and the more money you have, the more money you can lose.
We do a little gambling.
Yeah. It's gambling all the way down. Always has been. Yeah.
Always has been.
Yep. What have I been doing recently in the past several weeks since we last... we spoke on Thursday, but before that, the last time they heard us speak publicly in a format such as this. So I guess I should start with video games. I don't think I've actually said this on the show yet. I'm giving Soulsborne another chance.
Ah, yes. The Zeke Freak Soulsborne arc has returned.
Yes. It's time to give it another shot, another try. Can I get into it? Can it click? Can I understand? Can I not be Squidward looking out the window at everyone else's good time?
Can you?
Oh, maybe. So I bought the Demon Souls remake off Mercari. I've been playing that, and at this point I've gotten about as far as a little bit farther than I have than I did in the original release way back in the day.
The far off year of 2014.
No, it was like 2011 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, been a while. So yeah, but for anyone who knows Demon Souls, I didn't get super far. I basically beat the Phalanx and the Tower Knight and the Armor Spider, and that was it. So now I've gotten a bit farther than that. And I'm doing 3-1, which has the Fool's Idol, which I have not beat yet. I've gotten to her twice. What really annoys me about that stage is not the boss. The boss seems doable. I just need to give it a few more tries. But what really annoys me about that level is the fucking mind flares that stun you and then get you with the tentacles and then knock you down and hit you with the auto target blue shit. And I got so fed up with them that I just decided to take a break from it. But I have been enjoying the Demon Souls remake. It's fucking gorgeous, for one.
So I've seen, yeah.
It is probably one of the best looking games out there right now. A true ninth gen title. Especially since I played the original, so just like comparing my memories to this is just like goddamn artistry at work. It looks and sounds great.
Yeah, Demon Souls was a launch title for the PS5. Think about that for a fucking second.
Yeah. Which is crazy since they which is crazy because Sony did not believe in the original release whatsoever, and they have continually ate dirt on that one.
They have been regretting letting the Souls franchise go this entire time.
Yeah, to the point where when Shuhei Yoshida announced the Demon Souls remake as a launch title, he publicly apologized for shitting on the original way back in the day.
This won't appeal to anyone.
Yeah, like it was actually really interesting. I looked into the history of it because Demon Souls started development as a first-person fantasy RPG. It was supposed to be like Sony's Oblivion.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't coming together, so they basically just told Miyazaki, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just make something shippable.
Yeah.
And so he made what it was, and then they looked at it and they're like, this is garbage. Nobody's gonna want this. This is outdated game design. Nobody wants this anymore. So they didn't publish it outside of Japan, and Atlas had to do it instead. And then it caught on through word of mouth, and then it got a multi-platform spiritual successor that really caught on, and now it's an entire genre. We saw the birth of a genre in real time. And so yeah, Sony kind of regretted that, which is why they've been kind of nonchalantly trying to keep Souls players on their platform with things like funding Bloodborne and remaking Demon Souls in the way they did.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of regret there. But it's just like the ultimate sort of underdog story where like they did not believe in it at all, and then it proved to be a massive success. I don't know if you just saw, but it was just stated that Elden Ring has just outsold this year's Call of Duty, or last year's, I guess.
Which is fucking insane to think about.
I think it shows more of the continuing downward trend of Call of Duty's relevance. It's still big, but like it has gone down a lot.
Yeah, Call of Duty is no longer the big player, like the biggest player in the FPS sandbox, or even the gaming sandbox as it is. It's still a big player, but it's having to share the sandbox with a lot of other big players, and it's kind of getting dwarfed in comparison at this point, because everyone else is innovating, being more revolutionary, or they're taking what Call of Duty did and making their own spin on it. This is just talking about first-person shooters and like multiplayer games as it is. Sure. This isn't even getting into like the general gaming landscape, but like in general, Call of Duty is just getting dwarfed by other players that are taking what they did and doing it either better or in a way that feels like more unique or works better. And when you pull out and compare it to like even then the bigger gaming landscape with RPGs and shit, Call of Duty's looking smaller and smaller by the year. And Activision is playing some hardcore catch up on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to give Soulsborne another try because I follow a lot of people who are really into it, content creators and whatnot. And it's like everybody seems like they're having a good time, a community sort of effort and whatnot. And it's like, it's become such a big thing that I'm just like, what? I feel like, if I can breach that barrier and really find enjoyment in this, then like that's, there's a lot waiting there for me. So we'll check in later. I've kind of taken a break from Demon Souls for a bit because I got some shit in the mail that I've been doing instead. But yeah, stay tuned for future updates on the Siegfried Soulsborne arc.
I'm staying tuned. I'm looking forward. I'm listening.
Don't change that dial.
Oh god. Oh, that reminds me of a thing I read sometime. So, the old like 1960s Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
Sure.
So when that was being rerun,
in that I saw a clip of it at the beginning of the 2002 Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, and nowhere else.
Yeah. So when that was rerunning in like I think the 1970s, it was repackaged under the name I think the Bullwinkle Hour or something, and they created new. They created new packaging footage that featured a Bullwinkle hand puppet reading off letters from kids who were sending in letters and talking to Bullwinkle about their problems and whatever. And there was one,
just like Etna and Flan. Can't believe they made a Bullwinkle Hour reference.
And one of the letters. I don't remember.
Is reading mail a Bullwinkle reference?
But one of the letters that was sent in, I forget what the problem the kid was having was. I think it was like my parents don't want me watching so much TV.
Sure.
Bullwinkle's solution was to take the dials off your TV so that solves the problem, and you'll always be able to watch Bullwinkle whenever you want. Which resulted in over 300,000 households sending in letters about the fact that Bullwinkle told their kids to take the dials off their TV, and the kids proceeded to do so. And the very next week, Bullwinkle had to make another message saying to glue the fucking dials back on.
I can't believe they fucking canceled Bullwinkle.
It legitimately got the show canceled, actually.
Damn, another victim of cancel culture. Bullwinkle, the moose.
Yeah. That was a whole ass thing that happened back in, like, the 70s. Back when dial TVs were the norm.
That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking amazing, honestly. Like, that's one of my... I learned about that, like, last week, and it's been just bouncing around in my head the whole time.
Kevin, who owns Rocky and Bullwinkle right now?
I think Sony does through their classic media label. Yeah, I think that's a Sony thing right now.
Okay. So what you're saying is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2.
It could feature Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
Let's go!
Let's fucking go!
I actually love that idea. Like, unironically, that sounds great. Like, Rocky and Bullwinkle as like a dual character, like an ice climber situation. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I actually really like that.
I feel like we're due for a Rocky and Bullwinkle revival, because it's been like 20 years since they were relevant.
I mean, they tried to do one with Peabody and Sherman, which is, a spin-off of Rocky and Bullwinkle to begin with. So, like...
What? No, explain that. Deep lore time.
Okay, so Rocky and Bullwinkle, in its original form in the 1960s, was actually a variety show. And
Sure.
There were various different short subjects that played in between the main Rocky and Bullwinkle segments. Believe it or not, Rocky and Bullwinkle was one of the first serialized cartoons, because there were plot lines that ran throughout the week, 5 days a week, in syndication. So you would end an episode on Monday, and they'd tell you to come back Tuesday to find out what happens next, and it would go throughout the rest of the week. But in between the Rocky...
that sounds like a evolution of, like, radio serials.
It was basically a parody of radio serials, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it actually did have, like, an overbearing narrator narrating everything that happened in, like, broad, overly comical fashion.
Yeah.
So that was, like, a consistent thing that happened. And in between the Rocky and Bullwinkle segments, there were shorter segments, and one of the recurring segments was Mr. Peabody and Sherman, where they would go back in time to different historical periods and basically just mess with the timeline.
Sure.
And it was one of the more popular...
like Bill and Ted, or Mario.
Yeah, I guess. Sure, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, Peabody and Sherman was one of the more popular shorts, as was Dudley Do-Right. Which that's also a spin-off of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I've never even heard of Dudley Do-Right. Is he related to Dr. Dolittle?
No, but the live-action Dudley Do-Right movie does star Brendan Fraser.
Oh, of Frasier fame.
No.
Wait, what? Are you telling me Brendan Fraser's not in Frasier?
See, Frasier, from the show Frasier, is spelled Frasier, and Brendan Fraser, not Frasier, Fraser. He made that very clear in a commercial back in the early 2000s. Brendan Fraser is spelled Fraser. No I.
I have never seen either spelled. I've only ever heard them said. This is blowing my mind. I thought he was like the main character of Frasier.
No, Frasier is actually a spinoff of Happy Days. with
What?
the fawns. I'm not kidding.
The show, the show that jumped the shark.
Yes. No, wait, no, it was a spin-off of Cheers. My bad, wrong one. It was one of those fucking two. But like,
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
yeah, that one.
And they're always glad you came.
We're learning new things today, people.
Nobody under 25 understood anything we just said.
When I found out Frasier was a spin-off of fucking Cheers, I lost it. I was like, how is that correlated? Cheers is from like 1982. Frasier started in like 94. What is this?
That's fucking crazy. But go back to how Mr. Peabody and Mr. Which one's the Mr.? Which one's the Mr.?
Mr. Peabody and Sherman, yeah. Sherman's the kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you said they tried to revive. You're talking about the Dreamworks movie?
Yeah, the Dreamworks movie was a revival of the original concept from the '60s. The '60s Rocky and Bullwinkle show. I don't know why they went with.
Yeah, I don't know either. But so how does Dreamworks have the rights to Peabody and Sherman if Sony has the rights to Rocky and Bullwinkle?
That is, God. Let me actually look that up. I'm not entirely sure. Hold on.
I think was that whether it was before or after the Universal buyout, like Sony would have had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Peabody and Sherman, Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, produced by Dreamworks Animation in 20th Century
See,
Fox.
I thought Mr. Peabody and Sherman was like a kid's book series, like a million other Dreamworks films started out as.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was related to the Rocky and Bullwinkle cinematic universe.
Okay. Currently, so, yeah, let's see. Classic Media. Yeah, okay, so it was Sony Classic Media, but Classic Media was purchased in 2012 by Dreamworks, which was later bought by Comcast. But
Dreamworks wasn't bought by Comcast.
Yeah, Dreamworks Animation was purchased by Comcast in 2016.
I thought they were purchased by is that before Universal?
NBC.
No, I think Universal.
No, that is Universal. Comcast is a subsidiary of NBC Universal.
Oh right, I forgot. There's only actually 6 corporations in the world. My bad.
But in 2022, Jay Ward Productions signed a deal with WildBrain to produce new content based on his portfolio. So like, it's in a weird spot where it's like it's owned by NBC Universal, Dreamworks, and WildBrain all at the same time. Like it's a weird like interconnected web of copyright.
So what you're telling me is Rocky and Bullwinkle revival on fucking Peacock.
I hate living in this current era. I hate this. I fucking hate this. I hate
Sorry, Kevin, you're gonna have to subscribe to fucking Peacock to watch the new Rocky and Bullwinkle.
No, the fuck I don't.
Yeah, I don't think Rocky and Bullwinkle is that big a draw. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be real with you. Probably not.
No. I know we just spent the last half an hour going through the Rocky and Bullwinkle deep lore, which might give off the impression that we're like super Rocky and Bullwinkle fans. I want to assure everyone that is not the case.
We are not. I watched a few DVDs of Rocky and Bullwinkle back in like the early 2000s when Netflix was primarily a DVD service. So like that is the extent of my knowledge.
I've seen the movie. That's it.
The movie's honestly not bad.
The movie is an aspiring piece of meta commentary.
God, that reminds me of fucking Nostalgia Critic freaking being... That just reminds me of fucking Nostalgia Critic being like, Last Action Hero wasn't a terrible concept, it was just bad satire.
Right. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I like Last Action Hero. That's a fun movie. It's one of the few movies where
On purpose.
Exact. It's like that, Kindergarten Cop, Junior, and Jingle All the Way. That's it.
Wait, are you sure Kindergarten Cop was on purpose? I like to think it was unintentional.
Put the cookie down! No! It's not a tumor.
Yeah, I would like to think they intended that with all sincerity.
No. I'm pretty sure Kindergarten Cop was firmly tongue-in-cheek. People just didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah. Imagine being too dumb to understand Kindergarten Cop.
I know, seriously. Fuck. God, It's like everybody... It's like all the critics back in the early 90s were fucking stupid and expected anything Arnold Schwarzenegger was in to be like a serious action movie or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Look, 90% of Arnold Schwarzenegger's filmography came out before I was a sperm. So,
Speaking of words that start with SP, was the Spawn movie good or bad?
Oh, that's a tough question.
I don't remember what the consensus on Spawn movie is.
It's fine-ish. It's like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's in a weird spot where like the director's cut is an R-rated movie, but it's barely R-rated and could pass for PG-13.
Sure.
And it's based off of a hard R comic book.
Yeah.
But like, broadly speaking, it's relatively faithful to the lore of the comic books, but like, the problem with the movie is that it feels like it's being constantly held back at every turn. Like, it wants to be a lot more crude and a lot more graphic and violent than it's allowed to be. Sure. So like, it's oddly sort of like the 90s Mortal Kombat movie in that regard. Where like,
which is funny because Spawn would eventually end up in Mortal Kombat.
I know. So like, it's got the feeling of Spawn, but it doesn't really have the soul of Spawn, if that makes any sense.
Right. I've seen about 3 seconds of that movie because 3 seconds of that scene where he gets dragged into hell was illegally reused in the hit video game Limbo of the Lost.
Yes.
Along with a million other stolen assets.
That is also the movie where John Leguizamo plays a fat demon clown called the Violator.
Yeah.
It's great.
Can you say his last name again? I never managed to say it right.
Leguizamo?
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played
There's a bunch of
Sid the Sloth.
Yes. I think I've made it clear I'm not really a huge movie guy. So sometimes I know a lot of names of actors, but I can never place them.
Yeah.
That's one of those names of actors I can never place.
John Leguizamo has one of the funniest fucking portfolios you can imagine for like an actor. It's like, name off your 3 most well-known characters. Well, let's see. I'm Sid the Sloth in Ice Age. I'm the Violator in Spawn, and I'm also Luigi in Super Mario Brothers. Like, those are 3 completely different things.
But who plays the Verminator? That's what I want to know.
Looking it up. You got me wondering.
It's probably some celebrity. It's always some celebrity at Dreamworks.
I think I know who. Oh god. The Verminator is played by. Let's see. Bruce Willis played RJ. What the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Bruce Willis was the raccoon?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Let's see here. You're gonna have to keep talking. Okay. Thomas Hayden Church played the Verminator.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was Thomas Hayden Church.
See, yeah. Well, once you play the voice clips in your head, you're like, yeah, that's Thomas Hayden.
It's the fucking Sandman. Oh my god.
He was also in George of the Jungle.
He was. He played the bad guy in that movie.
I got that from the Spider-Man 3 commentary where the police are showing Peter the photo, and then he just chimes in like, "It turns out it was this man. He was also in George of the Jungle," and everyone loses it.
God, fucking. George of the Jungle is, in my mind, to my knowledge, one of the only like live action adaptations of like an old school cartoon that's actually really, really good. Like, George of the Jungle is a legitimately
And then it had
really funny movie.
And then it had another cartoon based on the movie.
And then it had another movie based on the movie.
It did, is that a way of saying it had a sequel?
It had a direct-to-video Disney sequel, yes.
I'm imagining that does not star Thomas Hayden Church.
No, but bringing it back, the original George of the Jungle movie stars Brendan Fraser as George.
Of Frasier fame?
No!
Damn it! Change your fucking name!
And they got a new actor to play George in the second movie, and they start the movie by revealing George with his new actor, and they're like, "Hey, you're not the guy from the last movie," and he's like, "Well, the budget got cut, so they couldn't afford Brendan Fraser anymore." And
was Thomas Hayden Church not George? Who was he in George in the Jungle?
He played the he played like the bad guy hunter character.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The Gaston.
He's like a combination of Gaston, Clayton, and an idiot. I don't know.
Reminds me of how I really want Disney to do a sympathetic villain origin movie for the fucking governor from Pocahontas.
Oh, by the way, the gif of those three black guys going, "This is the part where we point at the camera and laugh. Ready?
Yeah.
That's George of the Jungle 2 as well. Like that's also from George of the Jungle.
Oh, from 2.
No. It's from the
from
first
2.
one. No, from the first one.
Okay. Okay, good. I don't want to imagine George of the Jungle 2 as any pop cultural relevance.
It has no pop cultural reference. That one joke about Brendan Fraser is the only good joke in the movie. The rest of it sucks.
Who did they get to replace Brendan Fraser?
Do you think I give a shit about George of the Jungle 2?
I'm just making conversation.
I watched it for 45 minutes back when I was a kid on Disney Channel and tuned out because I realized it sucked.
I'm just trying to make conversation. You seem to know a lot of fucking trivia.
I do know a lot of trivia, but my trivia only goes so far as the things that I actually give half of a shit about. Like, I at least give half of a shit about Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't really give a shit about George of the Jungle 2.
Well, fine, I'll look it up.
Okay.
George in the Jungle 2. Let's see here. George in the Jungle 2 does star Thomas Hayden Church.
Oh god, he came back?
He came back.
Oh my god.
You know, Thomas Hayden Church committed to the role, you know.
You know what? Yeah. Jesus. But who played George?
That's a good question. I'm gonna try to figure that out. If it'll load. Christopher Showerman.
Literally who?
His middle name is Claire. That's a girl's name.
It's a girl's name.
Yeah,
Lyle. That's the name of the. Yeah.
He, after small roles in several studio feature films, including Starship Troopers and Best in Show, Showerman was cast as the lead in Dumped 2000. His big break came in 2003 when he was cast to replace Brendan Fraser as George in George of the Jungle 2. That's what Wikipedia calls a big break?
A direct-to-video Disney sequel?
Let's look at his... I'm going to look at his discography here. Sorry, filmography. Discographies for music. I don't know what the fuck any of this is. So he was the voice of police officer in Scooby-Doo and the Beach Beastie.
Oh god, there's another Scooby-Doo movie?
This one's from 2015. Yeah, Scooby-Doo and the Beach Beastie is the 6th directed DVD special produced by Warner Brothers Animation. It was released in May 5th, 2015, after Scooby-Doo 13 Spooky Tales Surfs Up Scooby-Doo DVD.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he voiced... Even the cast list for this on that page says Christopher Showerman as the police officer. Hey, this movie's got Adam West and Darren Norris.
Okay, it's got something going for it then, at least.
And of course the usual Scooby-Doo actors who are pretty, well known.
But is this before or after Kate Micucci?
This is before. This is Mindy Cohn.
Okay. Try to get my timeline of Scooby-Doo correct here.
Yeah, you got to get your Scooby-Doo lore correct. Yeah.
Look, man, Scooby-Doo's got a long timeline of things going on with it.
Deep lore. By the way, did you know Christopher Showerman played Batman once?
No, where did he play Batman?
The short film Batman Personal Issues.
I have never heard of that. Oh my god.
Is that like a fan film?
I don't fucking know. Maybe.
That was a rhetorical question. I didn't expect you to know. I'm just making... Let me look it up. Batman Personal Issues. What a great title, by the way.
That's literally the whole character of Batman, his personal issues.
I am not getting... Okay, IMDb. Short comedy. A comedy short.
Yeah,
this is fascinating.
Yeah, I think it's probably a fan film then.
Yeah, it looks like it was filmed on a stage.
Like just like a parody stage production or something.
I'm just looking at the poster and it look. Hold on, I'll show you the poster instead.
Okay.
Why can I not copy and paste images from IMDb? IMDb, get your shit together.
IMDb-ness.
More like IMD. Sorry, that doesn't work. D comes after the D. I was gonna be like don't, but like the D comes before the B, so it doesn't really work. I am the bitch. With that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. We're getting clever and creative with this shit. And I'll just give you. Yeah, look at the poster. It looks like it's like a stage.
Yeah.
That looks like the loading area behind a grocery store.
Produced by
Batman.
Sophia Films, whatever the fuck that is.
Batman Personal Issues. Even the tagline is even superheroes have issues.
No fucking shit.
Really, huh? Wow.
Yeah, this looks like a fan project thing. It does not look like professional.
Although that costume still looks better than Batfleck.
It does. It legitimately looks better than Batfleck. $200 million, people.
You see the photo. There's like a photo included down. Not the poster. There's another one included down below.
No.
It gives you a. Okay,
yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Somehow, still, even though that mask is way too big for his face, it still looks better than Batfleck.
Yep.
And I cannot stress him. This. Where are they? This looks like a gym storage room. We're discovering some deep lore today.
I ain't even complaining. This is fascinating.
Yeah.
It is at the very least fascinating.
What the fuck? There's a 2020 adaptation. There was a 2020 adaptation of Dresden Files? Another one?
Another?
Yeah, this guy was someone in the 2020 episode of Dresden Files. I didn't know they made another Dresden Files TV attempt.
Holy shit.
It must not have gone anywhere because there's not even a Wikipedia page for it.
Yeah, let's see. Other media, Dresden Files, TV, 2018. Yeah, 2018, Deadline.com announced that Fox 21 had optioned Dresden Files for a new TV series. I guess that's what that was? I have no... Hold on. Dresden Files 2020, was it?
Yeah.
Dresden Files Peace Talks.
Yeah, that's the name of one of the books, but...
Apparently it's... I have no fucking idea. This is so weird. Damn it, now we're gonna get into, like, the Dresden Files deep lore. What is this? Fucking stop it! How deep does it go? I don't know. Where does it stop?
Look, Christopher Showerman, what a name, he has a pretty long filmography of being in shit no one's ever heard of.
Surprisingly.
He was also King Triton in the theater production of The Little Mermaid in 2019.
Goes all the way back to Disney again.
Well, you can't escape him, can you?
At this point, no. They own half the film industry.
Yeah, he was also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Agent Moore. I don't know if that's an iconic agent or not.
It's not. He is not.
Yeah, it seems like it was... Yeah, it's only one episode, so I'm going to guess not. Probably on the side of not. What the fuck? He's listed as the impossibly hot fireman in the OC.
Recurring character?
No, just in one episode called The Strip.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to see if there's a... Can I find a picture of the impossibly hot fireman? Impossibly hot fireman, the OC. I think that's him? I don't know. Is he hot? Orange... Oh, no, not Orange County. That's not... I wasn't trying to find a random fucking shirtless guy in Orange County. I don't fucking... I'm done looking at Christopher Showerman. It's over. It's done. Enough Rocky and Bullwinkle deep lore.
Okay.
Still.
Holy shit.
Anyway. What I was doing... I said I took a break from Demon Souls because something came in the mail. So I've been watching Chunibyo since I got the Chunibyo Ultimate set.
Yeah, you got a pretty good deal on that one.
Yeah, I got that for like $67 or something. I don't know. I bought it along with the Avatar and the Angan Korra Ultimate Avatar Blu-ray set because the eBay seller had like a get 15% off if you buy 2 or more things.
Yeah.
So I bought both of them. So now I have all of Avatar and Legend of Korra on Blu-ray as well.
Congratulations, you have that version of Avatar that doesn't look like shit.
Yeah, the version Netflix doesn't want you to see.
But you can see it on Paramount Plus.
That's true. And you can't see the old shitty version on Netflix anymore, I don't think. It's not in this region.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's off Netflix. The joke here is that, like, even well after the 2018 Blu-ray remaster, which is really good, by the way, Netflix still had the old shitty DVD masters of Avatar, which were shit beyond the fact that they were DVDs. Like, I know I shit on DVDs constantly, but, like, even for DVDs, these had issues that were, like, completely irregardless of the fact they were DVDs.
Yeah, like, the problem was that, like, it had dot crawl all over the place. There was, like, a lot of, like ghosting, interlacing artifacts, line instability. Like, it looked really bad.
Yeah, and that was the version that was on Netflix for years.
Yeah.
Like decades straight. And so it makes me sad to think that a lot of people experienced Avatar The Last Airbender through the shitty fucking DVD version that was on Netflix, even well after the Blu-ray remaster came out in 2018.
Yeah, because the Blu-ray remaster actually looks pretty damn solid.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the fans actually completed their own remaster shortly before the Blu-ray came out, and the Blu-ray actually looks better than the fan remaster. Like, obviously they had like the official materials and stuff, but like even the team behind the fan remaster was like, yeah, this is better, just buy it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, even with all of what we've done, this is better than what we've done, so just buy that.
Wow, what a waste of our time. It's like, imagine if Harmy finished his despecialized editions and then immediately Disney released like original cut Star Wars.
Like a 4K Blu-ray of the original Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah. Which I've heard speculation, because it doesn't make sense to me that they won't do that. I think it must have been like a stipulation George had when he sold them the property.
It had to have been. Like, it had to have been written into the contract.
Because otherwise, I feel like they would have made that available by now.
Yeah, because Disney, say what you will about Disney, but they're actually pretty okay at preserving their old materials. And if Disney had the choice, they probably would have released the original cuts of Star Wars. But
if nothing else, it's a very easy sell.
It is.
Easy money.
Yeah, easy money, because all you just have to say is, the original version of Star Wars not seen in 40 years. Like, there you go. There you go.
The one everyone's been asking for.
That is the easiest version of Star Wars to market to a new audience, is the original theatrical version. Yeah. Like, that is an easy sell for anybody.
Yeah.
So
I have heard some complaints about their preservation though, because didn't they completely paint over all the original Cinderella cells or whatever?
Yeah, for their remasters of a number of older so for the remasters of a number of their older movies, in terms of preservation, they actually do preserve the film elements very well.
Yeah.
But the problem people have is actually their restorations.
Right, yeah.
What they did for a number of their older works, Sleeping Beauty is in particular. What they did with Sleeping Beauty is that they actually traced over a lot of the old cell footage to make it look cleaner and more modern.
Sure.
And I shouldn't have to explain why that is not how the movie is supposed to look.
Yeah.
So, Disney basically just traced over the whole damn movie.
Have I ever seen original Snow White in my life, or has it always just been the painted over version?
Okay, Snow White actually utilizes a different restoration technique. They for the most recent version of Snow White.
I'm sorry. Were we not just talking about Snow White?
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, sorry, I blanked out.
Yeah.
Right. No. Okay. Go on. Explain it anyway.
Yeah, but for the more recent versions of Snow White, they've done a more traditional restoration with heavy grain removal or whatever. But they utilized a new. But for Snow White in particular, they utilized a new film lab, where their restoration techniques try to preserve as much of the underlying detail for the backgrounds and the cell art as much as possible. So, it's a very clean-looking movie, but at the very least, it looks good, and it's not, massively smudged over and, whatever. It's still not how I would prefer to watch Snow White, but it's not terrible.
My question was, when was that? Was that the VHS copy I saw when I was a kid? Is the restored version?
No, the original VHS copies had the VHS transfers are just straight up telecines from the original film elements. So
yeah. I don't know why, but telecine sounds like a slur.
It does. But yeah, no, if you watch the movies on VHS, you watch the movies in their original film versions, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, okay.
Like the old VHS and Laserdiscs are more or less unaltered.
I like how Disney has released Lion King 15 times and they still have never fixed that that white eye problem in that one scene.
Two scenes.
Simba's eye. Oh yeah, no, I think they fixed one of them, but they didn't fix the other one.
Yeah. But they fixed the fucking alligators, and I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah, those old alligators just had to go. I mean, obviously it was wrong.
The old alligators and the fucking sex letters in the sky.
Yeah.
Those had to get completely reanimated.
And while we're at it,
and let's animate another shot of Scar just barely moving.
yeah, that's a fun. See, that's not. I'm not gonna complain about that. It's fine. It's just weird.
It is a little. It's a little bizarre. It's a little bizarre.
It's a interesting change.
It's one of those small changes that doesn't really change anything.
Lion King patch notes just dropped. Scar moves slightly in a scene he didn't originally.
God.
He's drifting lazily to the left. This guy knows some maneuvers. Anyway, I've been watching Chunibyo.
Yeah, how's the have you been watching the dub? Have you?
Yes. I've aside from the shorts that they didn't dub, I've been watching the dub the whole time.
Nice. I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've conversed with you in privet about it.
You have?
Yeah, but like I remember the teasers a long time ago. I was concerned about specifically Rika's dub voice because it's a very different interpretation from the Japanese. But having watched a lot of it now, I'm like partway through season 2. I actually really like it. I think it's balls on a casting director. I can't really explain why. I'll have to find like a good compilation or something to send you.
Yeah.
But like I think it really works, and I've adjusted to it well.
Yeah, I actually do want to check out the dub now, just because you say it's actually a really good dub.
Yeah, I'm having fun. I think the comedic timing's on fleek. Everyone's got like a lot of energy. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have an excuse to use that high dive account of yours.
Good point.
Yeah. What are you paying it for?
Well, that's the thing. I'm actually not paying for High Dive right now. I'm just using Cubase's account.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Fucking moocher.
Says the moocher.
It's mooching all the way down.
Hey, Pot. Name's Kettle. Have we met?
Oh, I'd love to have friends named Pot and Kettle. That'd be great. Big fan of kettle chips.
Kettle chips are good.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nice
not a fan of kettle corn.
Yeah, not a huge fan of kettle corn.
Mm-hmm. Is there like a third kettle thing I could joke about?
I don't fucking know. No,
kettle,
I don't know.
Tea from a kettle. What do you do with a kettle? And so I've been watching that. And then since this is dumb, but so I wanted to take a break and play a video game, but I couldn't go back to Demon's Souls because I bought Demon's Souls on disc, but I'm also watching Chunibyo on disc, and that would mean I'd have to get up and swap discs, and that's just not acceptable. So I started Metro Exodus, and I played the first few missions of that, and I gotta say something, and it's that like if you started with, I don't know why you would, I guess because it was newer, but like if you started with Metro Exodus, you would be I feel like you're not welcomed into it, because the beginning of Metro Exodus is literally like, Artyom, why do you keep going to the surface? There's nothing out there, you fucking idiot. You're wasting resources. You're a piece of shit, and you keep endangering us all. You didn't hear shit on the radio. There's nothing out there. Everything's gone. You are a fucking disgrace, and I don't like. Yeah. We are wasting blood on you. You're irradiating yourself for no reason. Think about your wife, you jerk. Like, just the beginning of that game is just everyone just tearing into fucking Artyom. And if you have no background for any of it, you're just like, why am I getting yelled at? I just started the video game.
I just got here.
Yeah, and then of course, uncover the grand conspiracy that the war never really ended, and there's been a local conspiracy to keep Moscow isolated from the rest of the nation.
Yeah.
other areas aren't actually as heavily irradiated as Moscow. It's like, you were right all along, Artyom. You weren't stupid and crazy. God, I could just fuck you right now. That's not too much of an exaggeration, honestly. Anyone who's played Last Light knows how weird of a hookup that was.
God, I could just fuck you right now. It's like, whoa, slow down a bit there, Speed Racer.
Like, well, it's like the romantic development in Last Light is literally like, Anna's there for like the first 2 missions, and it's like she's like really harsh and bitter.
Yeah.
And it's like she's going up a ladder and she's like, "Quit staring at my ass. It's too high caliber for you," or some bullshit. And then like you get separated, and they do like, and he's off on this entire adventure fighting communists, and then like at some point they survive like basically it's like she doesn't think much of you, and then you reunite like 12 missions later after not really having much contact, and then you have like glad to be alive sex after a church explodes or something. I don't remember. I hear it's better in the books. But yeah, that's why I said that.
It is deeply amusing.
Yeah. Not that I'm opposed to glad to be alive sex. Powerful motivational tool.
It is.
It's just very it's just the execution in that game specifically is very funny. And then by the time of Exodus, she is like very lovey-dovey. I also showed you the screenshots of how her model looks like way fucking prettier in Exodus.
Yeah.
To the point where I said it looks like an MXR Fallout sexy mod.
It does. You also showed me this other character who like looks completely fucking different in all 3 games.
Right, yeah. Her father, Commander General or whatever, Miller, looks completely fucking different every time he shows up.
Hello, you know who I am. No, I don't.
Well, I mean, like in Last Light and Exodus you do because it's Jameson Price
doing
a Russian accent, which is great. He was somebody else in the first game, but I don't remember. But like, yeah, in the latter 2 games, it's Jameson Price doing a very thick Russian accent. So yeah, so I just started that, and I might break from that to go back to Demon's Souls in a bit. I don't know. We'll see. I don't fucking owe you anything.
You don't.
Yeah. Get used to it.
I'm already used to it. I've been used to it.
Yeah, and then I've done, I guess I should mention it, I've been doing more reading. I finished Strike the Blood Volume 2, I think. Yeah. And then I've been reading more Mistborn, and I finished... so the book is divided into like 5 acts, and then like there's like chapters within acts and whatever. I'm like partway through Act 2.
Yeah.
It's a decently meaty book. I have like the mass market paperback, and this is like 650 pages, so it's pretty meaty. I'm really enjoying Mistborn. I think it sets up so far it's set up a really interesting world. I think the 2 lead characters are pretty compelling, and I think the magic system the hard magic system is actually pretty interesting and unique. This is not new information to anyone who's actually into Sanderson, but I'm just getting into Sanderson now, so don't get on my case, okay? I know it gets more complicated from here, but yeah. I'm impressed, okay? Because it's very hard. It's very hard magic, and I'm a big fan of that. It's like smart shonen, but fantasy.
It is nice to see that, like, I do enjoy something that has like a really interesting like magic system that's more consistent and doesn't rely on like, you know, the power of love or whatever the fuck. Like I do enjoy thought out power systems like that. So yeah, maybe I'll enjoy the Mistborn books.
Yeah, it's a big draw of Sanderson is that every like series of his in the Cosmere has like a different, well thought out, intricate magic system.
Nice.
Yeah. And Mistborn's deals with like ingesting metals and then burning metals within you to do different. It's called allomancy,
Yeah.
and you can achieve different effects by burning different metals within you. It's very unique and like based on like physics and stuff. And just the premise of the book is actually really nice. It was, especially for 2006, it was actually pretty subversive for fantasy at the time, because it takes place in a world where the hero lost to like the Dark Lord and failed his quest a long time ago, and so like the world's just been under the Lord Ruler's control for like 1,000 years or whatever.
Interesting.
And like the characters in the book are like thieves and con man and like people just trying to get by in like the strict feudal hierarchical structure of a world ruled by the Lord Ruler. And the whole thing is like a heist. It's like a heist story, with like a crew and like a build up to, you know, a grand objective and whatever. And I'm really enjoying it so far.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah. So I'm not only getting into reading more light novels, I'm getting into reading more novels, book-ass books.
You're reading real books.
I mean, let's not. I don't want to say gatekeep. It is gatekeeping.
No. I'm doing the thing that some people do, where it's like, you're not reading real books. You should be reading these.
Okay, thanks, Professor. I'll go pick up Kill a Mockingbird right now. Thanks, Academia. Yeah, so reading more things, and playing more things, and watching more things. All good things. So there's that. That's what I've been up to. Yeah. I have not been watching Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's one thing I have.
Me neither.
No one has. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that no one in the past 24 hours has been watching Rocky and Bullwinkle. And like the entire planet.
I can look that up on Twitter.
I mean, just because someone watched something doesn't mean they're going to tweet about it.
I mean, I'm about to find out. Rocky.
Okay. All right, let's see. Let's find out.
Bullwinkle.
If you're a big Rocky and Bullwinkle stan, send us an email. We want to hear from you.
5 hours ago, 19. Okay, you know what? You get one.
What? No one?
No one. Not in the last 24 hours.
Yes, I have survived the Devil's Riddle.
This one time.
I've escaped with my soul.
Good.
I'm gonna need that.
You're gonna need that for later.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Your mortal soul. Anyway, that's it. I think we're done with the segment.
I think that's a good segment there. Let's go.
Yep. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the bakagaijinshow. Welcome back to the bakagaijinshow.
Hello.
With those two fucks you know.
I mean, you should know us by
That's
now.
us. That's us. We're the Tunnel Snakes. That's us. And we rule. Tunnel Snakes rule. We are the Tunnel Snakes. That's us. And we rule.
I have no idea what you're referencing.
I'll send it to you later. It's a very funny video.
Yeah, your references are getting more and more obscure.
This was a multi-million-dollar selling video game, but that's fine.
Was it? Was it? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll see. You'll see. You're gonna look like a goddamn fool later.
Okay.
After the show, you're gonna be looking like a goddamn fool.
God dang fool.
Mm-hmm. Kevin.
Zeke.
It's time for the Reddit dive.
Yeah! Let's go!
God, we live for this. Among other things.
Waiting for.
I've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting for this day.
Did you see it? Did you see that, Shinji? Let's see. This is the part where we read shit for Reddit. From Reddit. Sorry for not. I mean, it could be for Reddit if you want to post this to Reddit. It could be for Reddit too. So, you know. Anyway, let's start with a good old fashioned. Man, we're so low energy today.
I don't know about you. I'm feeling pretty good.
You're not, the play by play, the reaction, not strong. Not strong. Am I the asshole for telling off my mother-in-law for feeding my son things we don't approve of?
You don't approve of.
That we don't approve of.
How dare you give our son cake?
This is one of those shitty posts where they put the edit above the post, so I gotta find out where it.
Okay.
Okay. My mother-in-law is elderly. She had my husband when she was in her.
Sorry.
She had my husband when she was in her 30s. We have never had a good relationship, and she basically thinks that my husband and son, he is two, walk on water, while I am a bottom feeder in the body of said water. Her unofficial love language is food, and she loves cooking for my husband and her grandson. She also hates it when she comes over, and we go over... She hates it when she comes over or we go over, and she does not get the opportunity to feed her grandson. Now, my husband and I aren't too fussy about my son's diet, except for the following 3 rules, and also his allergies, of course. Okay. Number 1, no sugar unless on special occasions.
One of these parents again. Okay.
Number 2, no fruits in the evening, because for some reason his nose starts leaking.
Weird, but okay.
Number 3, minimal deep-fried stuff. My mother-in-law has made it her life's mission to go against every single one of these rules at every possible opportunity. I typically let my husband handle it, but on this occasion, I completely lost it. We went over to visit her for dinner, and she offered my son a plate of chocolate cookies. So I reminded her that we don't allow sugary food items unless it's a special occasion, and particularly not at night. She looked really sad and said her heart hurts that she can't even feed her own grandson. I completely lost it at this emotional blackmail and snapped. Quote, I think my son's health is more important to me than your happiness. In retrospect, I think I was rather harsh over a damn plate of cookies.
You think? You fucking think?
Now this post is what I like to call an edit sandwich, because they put edits above and below.
An edit sandwich.
Edit to add info. I snapped at her when my son was playing with my brother-in-law in his room. He is at that age where he absorbs everything like a sponge, and even when I'm at my most pissed, I try to be mindful of what I say around him. Try being the operative word. Edit to add more info. This has happened countless times. Most times I either let it go or my husband handles it. The problem is she doesn't listen to either of us. This time I just lost it. Edit to add even more info. My 2-year-old has a sweet tooth. Has sweet food about 4 to 5 times a month. Birthdays, to be fair, he hasn't lived that many months yet.
Yeah, but oy.
Birthday celebrations in SCH? I don't know. Parties, anniversaries, etc. He doesn't see these things as forbidden, just that it is available when it's available. He's 2. He doesn't see shit. He is happy with what we regularly feed. He's 2.
He's 2.
My husband and I both have health problems on both sides of the family, and we would prefer that at 2, he's 2, he doesn't have sugar more than those few times. Additionally, it's not about the cookie. If she just asked us, we would have been happy with it. But we visit her 3 to 4 times a week, and every single one of those times she gives him a sugary snack or fried food. Like a good grandmother!
How dare she?
Edit to add even more info.
Oh my god.
Where I am from, the word elderly does not have a negative connotation. It is meant to indicate that someone is much more experienced and is deserving of respect. I only added that line to illustrate that she is so much older, and I might be a major asshole for snapping at her. I had no clue that in the American context, elderly is a negative word.
Well, at the very least, you've recognized that you're probably an asshole.
I didn't know elder was a slur.
You fucking elder.
You can't say that! That's their word!
What up, Elda?
Yeah. Once you start collecting Social Security cards, they also give you your E-word card pass.
You can't go around saying the hard R-E word.
What up, my elder? Oh, I broke my wrist high-fiving you.
Oh god.
But it was totally worth it.
Yeah. It's kicking up my arthritis, but that was funny.
Tapioca night's about to get lit! Anyway, what's the verdict here?
OP's the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Reddit says everyone sucks here because apparently they consider these rules, quote, very reasonable.
I understand the health concerns, but they're going a little too far with all of it, and the entire thing about, like, they're not communicating. Again, this is another situation of very, very bad communication. If they want to have these rules, well, I disagree with them, but whatever, fine, okay. At the very least, you have, health concerns regarding your child, considering that they're like there's health scares on both sides of the family here. But at the very least, like, talk with the grandmother and with the mother-in-law. Talk with your mother-in-law. Make it clear why the rules are in place, what the reasoning is, and don't fly off the handle when she tries to give her grandson cookies? Like, I feel like that's pretty obvious. Like, don't fly off the handle when someone tries to give your kid cookies, because they're just being nice.
I'm just confused. I'm looking through this thread, and a lot of people are arguing about what the definition of elderly is.
Is that what they're caught up on?
At what point do Americans consider a person elderly? In my country, a 70-year-old is definitely elderly. By law, at 65, they're protected by welfare policies. I just checked, and the World Health Organization considers people above 60 as elderly. It's 65 plus! I have no idea what these commenters are smoking.
God. But yeah, OP, you're the asshole.
This thread is arguing about when you can call someone elderly, and also what's a reasonable health limitation. Because someone is like, "Dear Lord, the comments on here criticizing her for having reasonable healthy limitations for her child are so out of line. Added sugar and added oil for deep-fried foods substantially increases your risk of obesity, cancer, and everything in between. She is trying to instill healthy habits in her child. This is a good thing. Not only are they not unreasonable, they are 100% scientifically supported." And I'm just like, okay, but the reality is, the more you try to hide shit from your kids, the more they're just gonna... You're not teaching them to avoid sugary foods, you're teaching them to sneak it.
Yep, pretty much.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
Everything
Beyond
in
a point.
moderation.
Beyond a point. You have to make this shit available and let them make their own choices.
Yep.
The
Encourage
only
them
thing-
to make the healthier choice, sure, but...
The only thing strict parenting accomplishes is making better liars and better thieves.
Yep, pretty much.
And it makes me sad that these Reddit commenters don't understand that. But yeah, I'm going with you're the asshole.
Same. YTA, motherfucker.
But there's another edit!
Oh, is there?
Yes, the top edit on the edit sandwich.
I see.
Edit! I really didn't expect this post to spark this much of a debate. Me neither, especially about elders. But I'm grateful for all the time so many of you took to give me such sound advice. I know I've been too harsh and shouldn't have snapped. I'm going to find a way to make it up to her. But at the same time, I know that my boundaries are reasonable. And we'll find a way to see if she can enjoy one treat with them every week. One treat day with them every week. Sorry, the words are in weird order. I've also learned that people take a lot of offense. Oh yeah, I'm the top of the elderly thing. I don't fuck. Whatever. She's elderly. Fuck it. If you're a grandma, you're elderly. I don't care.
Gasp! You're old. I don't know.
Anyway, you're the asshole. You're raising a fucking liar. Whatever.
Fuck.
Fine. I've stopped caring about this one.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not doing anything for my wife on Mother's Day? He posted a picture of the cat. I don't know why.
Well, it's Mother's Day, not Wife's Day, so.
So yeah, this has been an issue since yesterday. Important, my wife and I don't even have kids, and she has never even been pregnant. Last summer we adopted a kitten. He's great. Cat tax. Cat tax? Oh.
Well, everyone wanted a picture of the cat.
Okay. Fair. Okay, that explains the picture of the cat.
Yeah.
My wife came to me last night and said she was disappointed that I didn't get her anything or take her out for Mother's Day. I was confused and said she wasn't a mother, so why would I do that? Oi. Sir, OP, there's a little thing here called tact, and you lack it. Anyway, she said she's basically a mother because we have a cat and she takes care of him. We both do. He's a cat. It takes like 5 minutes per day to do everything for him. I admit that I started laughing because I thought she was joking. Christ, man. I tried explaining that, at minimum, qualifying for Mother's Day should entail being a parent or potential parent to a human child. I have no intentions of being celebrated on Father's Day because I have a cat. She is still mad at me. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, this is just silly. This is like...
Not the asshole.
This is like legitimately really fucking silly. Like,
yeah.
The lack of, like... Okay, admittedly, it's ridiculous, so, like, I get why you laughed, but at the same time, I wouldn't have, just for the sake of not
I would have.
causing
She's
more
being
of a
stupid.
problem.
I would have. She's being fucking stupid.
Fair enough. Yeah, not the asshole, says Heretic8921. I had a cat for 16 and a half years, and at no point did I consider celebrating Mother's Day despite calling myself a cat mom. Also, for future reference, there is actually a National Pet Parents Day that is the last Sunday of April. Ooh, I did not know that.
Oh, you missed it. You didn't get yourself anything.
Not the asshole prays she never has kids if she thinks taking care of a cat is near the effort of parenthood. True.
Yeah.
Cats
really just puts in
are...
perspective how fucking stupid she was being.
Cats are very low maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
The worst you can have is like a chatty breed that, scratches up the couch and you gotta, buy a lot of fucking, scratching posts and shit for them. But, like, that's a bad ed. That's like the worst you're gonna have to deal with. So, OP's not the asshole. This is just silly.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah. You good, OP. You good. I should be considered a mother. I own a cat! Bruh.
Let's see here. Am I the asshole for... I gotta load this page. Am I the asshole for judging a couple who came into the restaurant I work in? This one has 3 question marks, so they're very confused.
Okay, it's like...
I, 22 female, am a waitress at a restaurant. I've experienced all kinds of customers since I work as a waitress for the past 3 years. I actually love my job. But one of the worst kinds of customers we get are couples who sit on the same side of the table. That's an inside joke or knowledge between all of us servers. Many servers I've talked to have the same thoughts on how it's weird when couples do that. Being in the industry 3 years now, I've now found the solution to this. Whenever I spot a couple, I have them seated at tables where it is impossible for them to sit next to each other. And if we're full and that's not possible for whatever reason, and a table like that isn't available, we have to endure the couple sitting side by side. The reason servers are so judgy about this is that we find it very weird. Can't you go just a few hours without touching each other? Plus, sitting on opposite sides is more romantic. So, I've stopped hiding my distaste for couples like this for a long time now, but most of the time these people are so absorbed into each other that they don't realize how we are indeed judging them. On Thursday... Why is that their fault? On Thursday, I had an evening shift. A couple walks in, I sit them on opposite sides, but they then sat on the same booth again. My coworker and I started laughing, and a couple of us noticed, but we didn't say anything. Throughout the entire time, my coworkers were joking about it. We even asked them if they're waiting on other people, or if they've let the other booth empty, and they said no, just the two of them. At one point, the girl called on me and asked if I have a problem. I said, no problem, why would there be a problem? She then started scolding me on how rude my behavior and the rest of the staff's behavior is, and how she and her fiancé know why we're judging them, and we have ruined their experience since they couldn't enjoy their date and their meal without us constantly staring at them. I apologized for this. I just explained how it's not personally against them and how it's just an inside joke servers have. The guy said he doesn't give a damn about this and we are very unprofessional. They paid and left. Later that night, we saw that they left a negative review and described their experience. Our manager called us in and scolded us. Never in my 3 years have I gotten in trouble over this. Am I the asshole?
What the fuck is all y'all's damage? What? I'm sorry? Let me get this straight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have been judging couples who come in and sit on the same side of the table and gaslight anybody who comes in and does this for 3 straight years, and only now that someone's left a bad review are you like, am I being the asshole here? What do you think?
This is literally a real-life case of some blobs are the grayest and the blobbiest.
Oh my god. The entire waitstaff sucks.
Somebody points out, I'm hoping OP sees that a lot of people are either hard of hearing or have hearing loss to some degree. I've learned that a lot of people sit next to each other because restaurants are loud and it's easier to hear. I learned that on my 3rd day when the tables explained that that's personally why they sit that way. One of my tables explained that's why they personally sit that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure OP will figure it out when she's a little older. I worked at a medium-priced international restaurant chain for years, and some do consider it even a nice restaurant. I personally don't like to sit next to each other when I'm with an SO, but I never cared when my tables did it, which was really quite often. It didn't change anything for me as their server. Somehow let somebody come. You've got racist, sexist, etc., and her problem is people sitting next to each other. I'm dumbfounded.
Seriously, what the fuck petty nonsense is this?
After 3 years as a waitress, this is the kind of customer that's the most annoying?
The most annoying kind of customer are the people who sit next to each other. What the fuck? Damn, you must have the cushiest fucking restaurant ever.
You are the asshole.
You're the asshole. Yeah, what the oh my god. Oh
One might even call you a piece of shit.
A bit. Oh. I am astounded by the level of just petty display here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't fathom this.
Pretty bad.
It is very bad.
Next victim, come on in.
That's the same one.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't mind looking at the cat again, but, you know.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to shut up during labor? First of all, I, female, was pregnant and I gave birth 2 days ago. Our first child was from my wife's pregnancy, female, and we decided that this time it would be me who would give birth to our daughter. My wife had a natural home and humanized birth. It was a unique but extremely terrifying moment. I was in doubt about which birth I would like to have because I was very afraid of the natural and of the pain, labor. But my wife encouraged me and said that it was a unique moment without demeaning cesarean mothers, and that it was worth every second, so I decided to have a natural and humanized but hospital birth.
I really like how Julius Caesar has a type of birth named after him.
I know, right?
Very funny.
When my water broke and I went to the hospital, out of encouragement, she didn't push or stay on top, I decided to go ahead without anesthesia. Do you know hell? I played rock, paper, scissors and lost best of 3 with the devil and came back.
Can't relate. I beat the devil today, so, you know.
It was a lot of pain in the expulsion phase, oh my god. I just followed it because I hate needles and it's enough at the end. I didn't want a needle in the back. Trying to justify it, I would have had a panic attack at the beginning if I had asked for anesthesia. But it would be at the beginning, but in the end with a panic attack, it's not possible.
Can I just give some advice for everyone? If you're afraid of needles, maybe don't give birth.
Maybe. My wife was wonderful, honestly, but due to the stress of childbirth and the pain, she was irritating me a lot, saying, "Go strong, OP. Go on, you're strong. Just a little longer." And when she
My
said,
name is Catherine!
and when she said, "Can you take a little more pushing?" I just said, "Shut up. I'm just like this because you decorated and flowered this birth for me."
Hi, Noriaki Kakyoin here to explain the joke. The joke is that Zeke is implying that the wife actually called them OP in real life. Thanks. Stay cool, Noriaki Kakyoin.
God damn it, Zeke.
I wasn't gonna let it go! It was a good joke!
Fair enough. She went quiet and our daughter was born after a while. I honestly forgot I said that. It was really a moment and in a lot of pain. You type weird. But I noticed she was weird with me after when we went to the house. After 1 day of silent treatment, I asked her why she was like this, and she got mad saying, "Don't you know? You told me to shut up at the birth of our daughter. I was so embarrassed and almost ruined the moment." I even apologized and explained that it was purely for the moment, but she is super upset with me. Am I the asshole? Extra, the birth wasn't that traumatizing for me, by the way. You made it sound like that. No, you were pushing a child out of your crotch. You're not the asshole.
Read top comment. Pretty much.
Not the asshole. Fathers get cursed up, down, and sideways by laboring mothers and get over it just fine. Your wife should be able to handle a shut up, lol. Essentially, like, it's the pain talking. You're in a lot of pain, and I think your wife probably should have recognized that. So, like,
people who can't handle a shut up are sheltered and child.
Yeah, someone tells me to shut up, I'm like, okay, moving on.
Yeah. I do it 10 times a podcast.
Yeah, you do it quite often.
Gosh, shut up!
Alright.
Next one.
Next post.
Medium Tifu time.
Alright.
Today I fucked up by quote-unquote breaking my toddler's arm by dancing with her.
Quote-unquote breaking?
We'll see what they mean by that.
Okay.
I was working remotely today, and while I was taking a break, I started dancing with my youngest daughter. I was spinning her around with her arm, and she started to fall, so I held onto her with some extra grip so she didn't hit the ground. She immediately started crying and ran to her mother. I didn't hear anything break, but she refused to let anyone touch it as she cradled her injured arm. We saw a large bruise start to form. I thought the worst and suspected I broke it, and was brought to tears thinking I hurt her like that. My wife looked up the best hospital in the local area as I prepared a bag to spend the rest of the day in the emergency room. I drove us downtown to the ER and had to park a few blocks away. A nurse saw me carrying her and asked what was wrong and gave me directions to the ER. I filled out the paperwork, careful not to disturb her arm. We got called back to the triage, and a knowledgeable doctor said he knew exactly what was wrong after I told him what happened. In a matter of seconds, he grabbed her elbow and twisted it. I was sitting there horrified, as she had not received any x-rays yet. Some context to my background. I've been skateboarding for 20 years, and I've broken my ankles a handful of times, and seen someone else break a fibula near their ankle, and watched one of my friends attempt to set their ankle in place. I thought of that night as some drunken friends attempting to set a fibula compound fracture as the doctor twisted her arm. Despite thinking the worst, I kept my composure. He gave her a sucker, and she was immediately using her arm again, and the bruising was gone. He explained the tendon will rotate on their elbow, and this is fairly common among toddlers. We were out of the hospital in just under an hour of being there, and before my wife could get off work and drive to the hospital.
Dislocation! Great!
That's not even a medium fuck up at that point. Unless they charged you like $2,000 to do that.
Yeah.
Which I would not put it past them.
Yeah, that's just like a little... It's not that bad, honestly.
I really fucking love when... I love the casualness of when doctors see this shit so often. They're just like, here, watch...
Check this shit out!
Oh, no fucking problem. Crack! Yep, it's fine.
Watch this. There you go.
Yeah, it's like chiropractors, except they know what they're doing.
True.
Yeah. So, that's funny. Let's see here. Why don't you read this one?
Okay, alright. Am I the asshole for telling my friend the cashier is only nice to him because it's her job? Oh dear. Oh dear.
First of all, let's shout out his username, Slavic Roulette.
I love it.
Pretty good.
So there's a new cashier at a local grocery store, and she's admittedly good looking and nice. I, male 23, was shopping there with my male 24 friend a while ago, and ever since then he's been ecstatic about going there. He's obviously into her, and he's going on and on about how she's into him too. The thing is, she's just being nice to him. She's nice to me too. It's her job, right? My friend has been saying things like he's learning her schedule and that she always makes his day. Okay, you're getting weird, buddy. He also wants to ask for her number. I tell him that the only reason she's nice to him is because it's her job. He's a customer. She's nice to everyone. He needs to get over his obsession. He got really upset, called me an
Asshole.
Oh, asshole, okay.
Do you know what subreddit you're on?
Then capitalize it, you piece of shit. Said I'm jealous, etc. And so, I work at an adult shop, right? We get a lot of weird customers. I've experienced harassment at work, and even more so has my female coworkers.
That's a weird way to word that.
So I know what it's like. So I know what it feels like, and I've seen real stalker behavior. We can't have our girls closing alone because some people wait outside just to be creeps. I tell this to my friend to explain my reasoning. He needs to respect this girl's workplace. He still doesn't get it. He said he'd never been one. He'd never be one of those, and that he knows she's into him too. And I'm trying to steal her by being a nice guy. He's basically stopped talking to me just because I told him to be respectful. I mean, sure, she could very well be into him, but let her take the lead then. Am I an asshole for saying all of that? I really don't think I am, but a couple of our friends say it's none of my business and I should let him figure it out himself. You're not the asshole, OP. You're giving sound advice, honestly, and your friend's just kind of caught up in his own shit. Mm-hmm. And honestly, the biggest red flag here is when he said he's learning her schedule. That is flat out stalker behavior.
Yeah.
And yeah, your friend is getting to that point, and you're trying to be a good friend, and yeah. I think your friend just doesn't appreciate that, which he should. But yeah, no, you're not the asshole, and Reddit seems to be on the same page, but they're being a little bit more harsh than I am.
Yeah.
Nip this creeper shit in the bud. He's learned her schedule and that she always makes his day. He also wants to ask for her number. Says he'd never be one of those guys, and that he knows she's into him too, and trying to steal her by being a nice guy. Oh, he already is. It's gross to think that he's so emotionally stunted that the 30 seconds of friendly interaction with the cashier gives him a boner and relationship goals.
This says a lot about society.
This says a lot about society. I believe we've made an entire tangent about this on a previous episode, but
Probably.
yeah. No, your friend is. You were giving good advice. Your friend's just not listening. You're not the asshole, OP.
I'm with the commenters that think you should just ask her.
I mean, yeah. There's no harm in asking, but at the same time, he's...
okay, so right now he's kind of Schrodinger's stalker.
True, true.
Once you know how she actually feels, it's either, okay, go from there, or stop. So one way or the other. And better you than him, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd figure this situation out.
Yeah, figure the situation out and go from there.
But that's not my problem. Not the asshole.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my job. Offering judgment.
Yep. Judgment given. Next one.
Yep. Let's see here. Let's see here. I see that is. There's what I'm looking for, but I don't remember where it is. Oh, okay. So this one's from our Raised by Narcissists.
Okay.
And they're linking to this article. They say, "You have got to be kidding. Parents suing their son for not giving them a grandchild, claiming mental harassment."
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, God.
I just came across this batshit crazy case where an Indian couple is suing their son and daughter-in-law for not having kids. They want $650,000 if there's no grandkid within a year. The parents claim to have spent all their money raising their son and arranging his marriage, all for the purpose of having a grandchild.
Oh, God.
Let me go to the article.
Of course. Oh, my God.
This comes from the globalnews.ca. Parents sue son for not giving them a grandchild, claiming, quote, mental harassment. A couple in India is suing their only son and his wife for not producing a grandchild after 6 years of marriage. Sanjeev and Sadhana Prasad, 61 and 57, of the Indian state of Uttarakhand, I think, filed the lawsuit on May 7th on the grounds of, quote, mental harassment of the Times of India reported. They are demanding $160,000 in compensation should a grandchild not be born in the next year. The Prasads claim they spent their life savings raising their son, also paying for his education to become a pilot, as well as for his lavish wedding in 2016. According to the BBC, the son and wife have yet to respond publicly to this lawsuit. "I have only one son. I spent all of my savings on his upbringing," the father told the Times of India. He added that when an economic recession and job loss forced his son to return to India in 2007, he and his wife financially supported their son. Once their son was back on his feet and got a job at a private airline, the parents claimed they arranged the marriage. They arranged the marriage to his wife. India.
Yeah.
"We finally got him married in 2016 with the hope that he would get a grandchild to play with in our retirement age. However, almost 6 years have passed and there is no child. We are facing immense mental harassment." The couple added that their daughter-in-law's career, which they claim causes her to reside in a different city than her husband, also causes them, quote, immense pain. The parents have even offered to raise their grandchild should their son and wife be too busy with their careers. "We are hardly left with any money because we spent everything on our son," the father said. The parents' lawyer also told the Times of India this lawsuit is, quote, the first of its kind in the province. I wonder why. and likely the first in all of India as well.
This is so
From the parents' point of view, their demand is justified. The lawyer, Arvind Srivastava, I think, said, their expectations are not wrong. The issue is expected to be heard in court on May 17th. That is the pinnacle of narcissism.
It's so bad. Oh my god. God,
I created you. You owe me grandchildren.
You owe me grandchildren. You owe me $650,000 and also a child. I spent all my savings on you.
Either or, I guess. Yeah, this shouldn't have to be said, but like, your children are their own people, and they're not obligated to provide you with anything.
Yeah, fuck you.
Top comment. As an Indian, that is the tip of the iceberg, I assure you. Narcissism runs in most families here, and although things have changed a lot, we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
I am also Indian, not from India. Can confirm. Mother said she wants grandchild. Gets one. Denies ever saying she wanted one. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, this is not an isolated incident. This type of thinking is in almost every Indian household. Parents are considered gods, children are slaves bound for life and are expected to worship parents for that. Any pushback of their own life choices is considered revolt, and can sometimes, in extreme cases, get you killed. I don't want to badmouth my country, but I assure you the whole country is experiencing one big Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's amusing.
Fascinating. It's fascinating is what it is. Boy.
Yes. Let's see here. You, Kevin.
Yes.
Is who you are. Read this one.
All right. Today mature content. Ooh.
Kids, get the fuck out!
18 plus.
Ooh, it's a large Tifu.
Today I fucked up by getting so constipated that I had to get hauled out of my bathroom by 4 buff, handsome paramedics. Then ultimately shit myself in front of my husband. Jesus Christ, OP.
Shout out to the buff, handsome paramedics out there.
Oh my god. This is going to be an interesting one to read if I can actually get it to work. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch over to my laptop to read this because mobile isn't working terribly well.
Okay. Maybe you should get the app.
Maybe I should get the app. That would certainly streamline shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like we do this every week or anything.
Obligatory, this wasn't today, but 10 months ago. Not making a throwaway, I have no shame, I guess.
Respect.
I just had my second baby and was finally home from the hospital. If you're a parent...
A lot of birth today.
A lot of birth. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah.
If you're a parent, then you know that after birth, constipation can be an issue.
I didn't know that.
I kind of knew that.
No. Well, you know child havers.
I do. Very closely.
Yeah, my siblings have yet to produce any offspring. Thankfully, my parents have not considered suing them yet.
They might.
Or me.
This was the case for me, but I was also dealing with a terrible case of hemorrhoids from pushing an 8-pound baby out of me just days prior.
This is where a comma could really come in handy.
It got so bad that I could barely walk or sit. I could only lay on my side. The pain was worse than the stitches I had from childbirth. I had the urge to go, and my stomach was killing me, but between the hemorrhoids and fist-sized logs stuck in there, it wasn't going to happen. Eventually, my husband and my grandmother, who was staying for a while to help out, decided to go pick me up an enema. I've never used one before, so I didn't know what to expect. I have anxiety and get nervous taking new medications. I'm accident-prone and clumsy, but try to take my chaos as gracefully as possible.
Enemas are fucking weird.
They are. After my husband and grandma encouraged me to take the enema and reassured me that it'll be okay, I finally decided to go for it. At this point, I was sweating from discomfort, so I decided to strip down and lay on my shower floor with some warm water running on me. For some reason, this was comforting. My husband kept knocking on the bathroom door every few minutes for progress reports. At first I was stalling and he kept telling me to just do it. Do it!
Just do it! Shit on the floor!
I considered asking him for help out of desperation, but I decided I'd spare him the trauma. Finally, I went for it. I inserted that stupid thing and squeezed the bottle. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. I laid there
Oh, it's a bottle. Oh, I'm used to pills.
Yeah.
Or like capsules.
I laid there on my side for a few minutes until I had the incredible urge to go. What I did not know...
Okay, no, you know what? Sorry, I'm thinking of suppositories. They're different from enemas.
What I did not know was that this was a stimulant enema. So my body was doing the pushing for me. I had no control. It was like a wave of contractions, each one more and more painful. But the problem was the same. Everything was blocked and nothing was coming out. It was unbearable, and I actually started yelling out in pain. It scared my husband and grandma so much that they called an ambulance. For about 10 minutes, these uncontrollable butt contractions kept happening. Each time, no passing, just agonizing pain. Eventually it stopped and I managed to get out of the shower and put on my nightgown. I just laid on the bathroom floor, still wet, my husband sitting next to me at this point, until the ambulance showed up. They put me on a stretcher. My husband couldn't ride because of COVID. So there I was, all by myself in an ambulance, surrounded by paramedics who looked like they could have played leading roles in Magic Mike, asking me detailed questions about my predicament. Face palm. Luckily enough, though, they allowed my husband to be in the hospital with me. They took some x-rays to make sure everything was okay internally. A doctor had to put their finger up there to check as well. Again, another face palm. At least my husband was there to hold my hand. Bless this man, he's the best. Eventually they told me all they could do is give me another enema. I was devastated. They said I could either stay in the hospital and do it, or go try again at home where I'd likely be more comfortable. I chose to go home and try again. On the way home, my husband is making jokes. He's telling me I'm full of shit. We're laughing about
that is the problem.
We're laughing about the paramedic ordeal, and then I'd sob a little because, my butt hurt.
Hi, Noriaki Kakyoin. The joke is that he is literally full of excrement. Noriaki Kakyoin out.
You're gonna have to give me a second now to get my composure back.
Sure.
We picked up a non-stimulating mineral enema on the way home. Once again, I stripped down and got into the shower with the warm water. With the warm water on, I laid on my side. This time I didn't lock the bathroom door, and my husband was actually peeking in to check on me a few minutes at a time. I told him I was okay and I'd call if I needed him. So I guess he sat down just outside the bathroom to be close by. After gathering my nerves, I went for it again. I had no choice. After laying down on my side for a good 10 minutes, the overpowering urge hits. I stood up and started making all kinds of crazy noises. I was standing in a slightly squatted position. Then it finally happens. Sweet release, and simultaneously my husband opens the door. We make eye contact, his eyes become big, poo is coming out at rapid speed, and all I can yell in terror is, "Get out!" And he slams the door with haste. I had never in my life felt such immense relief. In all honesty, this is more traumatic than childbirth. The cleanup was, let's just say, pretty shitty. Lots and lots of bleach and open windows in the bathroom. Every now and then, my husband likes to pick on me. I do take embarrassing moments in stride. Now looking back, it's pretty funny. My advice to new moms would be to take the stool softeners that they give you in the hospital and make sure to eat good meals with fiber until everything is regular. Don't put it off because it's scary to go after childbirth. The alternative is much worse. Today I learned... Too Long didn't read.
We did read it. Fuck it, you don't get a TLDR. You gotta listen to the show.
I was so constipated after childbirth and having severe...
No TLDR!
Okay.
No! Bad Kevin!
There are a few edits.
Okay.
I originally wrote laxatives instead of stool softeners. Definitely start with stool softeners after having a baby and not laxatives. And drink plenty of water. Thanks all for the supportive comments and sharing your stories. Oh god, there are stories? Oh, the comments are gonna be fun! My husband and I have been laughing all night. You guys are hilarious. For the people that are so appalled by my description of the paramedics, you call that comic relief. Maybe try not to take everything so seriously. I'm telling a story about a trauma I endured, and this was something that both me and my husband look back at and laugh about. My partner and I have a completely trusting and transparent relationship without insecurities. In his own words, Hello, I'm said partner in question. Them boys look like if Channing Tatum and Dwayne The Rock Johnson fucked and somehow out of divine intervention had quadruplet boys and those quadruplets grew up to be paramedics. I think she wasn't in the wrong for her description. Thanks. So do with that info what you will. I like that partner. I like him. And for the turds that want to weight shame, I'm a petite person at a healthy weight. But that's beside the point. We don't do that here. You're not welcomed. Sounds like you dropped your empathy somewhere, and you may want to go find it, as you'd probably have a more fulfilling life. Oh, to the guy
when did she ever mention her weight?
Oh, and to the guy that DM'd me asking if I had a picture of my husband holding my hand while the doctor put their finger in my bum, you made me laugh, but the answer is no. What is this post?
When did she ever talk about her weight?
I don't know. God, that was a whole ass thing. Let's see. 8-pound baby couldn't work. I don't see it. I
guess only fat women shit.
Damn girl, you shit with that ass.
Yeah, I guess that's I can't. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah.
But yeah, fucking yeah. Everyone's going over their own stories, and it's very similar stuff overall. But
people are highly recommending the Dulcolax suppositories.
That's a very common thing I'm seeing in the comments section. Yes. I like this couple though. I like OP and her partner. They're fun. They're very, very fun. These boys look like if Channing Tatum and Dwayne The Rock Johnson had sex. So good.
Yep.
I'm done here.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take a. I did not prompt this, but the title was too enticing to ignore. So we're gonna see where this goes.
Okay.
This is from Our Nuclear Revenge.
Oh.
Taken from my husband. He killed someone after that said someone did something worse.
All right.
Trigger content. Rape and murder.
Let's see where this goes.
I want to point out that if you put the fucking @ sign in the word rape, you're just saying the word rape. That's not you're not censoring it at that point.
It's
that's an A in a circle. Anyway,
that's just at rape.
At rape. Before I post, I want to be honest that I'm not the one who did this. My husband did this many years ago. In fact, he hid this from me, and if it wasn't for my mother-in-law, I would never have known it happened. I also posted this on my original account in Our Marriage and Our Relationships, but I'm making a throwaway because I want secrecy. Thank you. It's going to be long and complicated. I'm going to have to be fully truthfully about these events. So I'm 36 female, my husband 38 male. We have 2 kids together, both under 11. I'm originally from India. A lot of Indians today.
What? I'm sensing 2 themes.
And my husband is from Pakistan. These are important details. I know it's sensitive. I met him when he was 21. He was in India for studies. At least that's what he told me. His family is influential and wealthy in Pakistan. I came from an average Brahmin family. I was Hindu, converted to Islam after my marriage with my husband. We became friends quick after we met, and 2 years later we get married. We eventually moved to Pakistan. I had to cut off my side of my family after they disowned me for marrying a Muslim. Yeah, that's a common thing, I'm told.
Yeah.
My husband's family has always been understanding and supportive. They even allowed me to practice my faith freely and never pressured me into anything. It was only after we had kids I decided to convert. So, 9 years ago, we decided to move to Canada. My husband has a lot of relatives there. These details are important here. I really gotta... Hold on, Fuck.
Pardon you.
A few months back, my brother, ex-brother... I didn't know that was a thing, but okay. Reached out to me and basically let me know our dad is not in a great condition. He had a heart attack and needed money. And if I could arrange money, divorce my husband, and leave my kids, they would accept me back.
Oh my
what a
God.
stipulation. Wow. Okay. The narcissism of Indian families is astounding.
Yeah, I'm
we
learning...
will deign to allow you back into our graces if you give us a shitload of money, also divorce your husband and leave your children. Okay.
So long as you completely...
Is that all?
So long as you completely financially destitute yourself, we will let you back into our good graces.
Well, that makes them easier to control, you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that all? Oh, is that all you want? Okay. What a bargain.
Damn!
I told him it wasn't possible. My husband helped them and sent money without my knowledge, with a note that even though they don't accept my husband as their son-in-law, he respects my family and wishes my father a speedy recovery. God damn, what an upstanding citizen.
Absolute Chad.
That is some Makoto Naigi-esque behavior. Our bond deepened over time. Our marriage is literally in the best stages right now. We've been doing great financially and emotionally. Our kids are very attached to my husband's side of the family. His mother visited us all the way from Pakistan in February. So now is where the trouble begins. My mother-in-law and I have been very close. She considers me her daughter. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
So when we were talking, she blurted out that if her daughter was seen alive, she would have been of my age. This was strange because I never knew she had a daughter or my husband had a sister. I asked her about it and she looked surprised. She asked me back if my husband had told me and I said no. Things got awkward and she mentioned that she had a daughter who would have been my age if she was alive. She then told me that when her daughter was 17, she was brutally raped and burned alive by someone while she was returning from her school. This incident stuck my husband as he loved his sister and he moved out for 5 days immediately without telling anyone. My mother-in-law and father-in-law were devastated and did everything to search for their son and also find out about the rapist. 2 weeks after my husband returns, the police come in to arrest my husband. It turns out the rapist had been turned in brutally murdered. It was really, really, really brutal.
Oh.
His entire face was disfigured. His penis was chopped. His hands were cut off. His heart was carved out. Just hearing about the details sent goosebumps all over my body. I literally had to adjust my position and ask her if she was being entirely honest. She told me she was, as her daughter was burned. There was no way to get evidence to find the killer, but my husband somehow tracked down the murderer. Turns out the guy who raped his sister was already a criminal and had numerous rape cases against him. He was a serial rapist. My mother-in-law described this as the darkest period in her life. Family was literally shattering at that point. She told me that her father-in-law, my husband's grandfather, was a politician, and they had to spend a good amount of money and spent a good deal of connections to close this case down legally. It also received media attention, so it was getting big, and the reputation was on the line with my husband's life. It took 8 months to close the case, and my husband had to leave for India for education to be safe. It all somehow made sense, but I was still shell-shocked. My husband has never been the violent type. I had no idea how this happened or why my husband hid this crucial thing from me. It's awful. The entire day my head was spinning. I confronted him at night, and he confirmed that it happened. He wants to forget it. He explained it in the broadest way. He knew there was a rapist because a couple of days before the incident, a similar incident took place, and my husband learned about it from a newspaper. He tried to warn his parents to allow him to escort his sister. Long story short, the school was far away. They had 2 cars, both were in use, but he was assured that it was all right. When he got the news of what happened, he went to his friends and they tracked him down. He said his friends helped, but ultimately it was him who did the final act. He doesn't know why he did it, but the rage was too much. He told me the rapist cried and begged, but my husband told him that this is how his victims did too. But he did not listen. Why should he? He also told me that the only reason police found out about my husband was because of the knife and he forgot to rub the fingerprints off of them. And a woman saw him pulling the man into that place. Our entire talks he was calm and collected. He did not deflect, but was truthful to all my questions. He even told me that the justice system is fucked everywhere and victims do not get justice. His only regret is that he wasn't able to show his sister what he did to her rapist. It's been 2 months since he told me this. I'm going to be blunt. I love my husband, but knowing all these things has had me rethink everything. It isn't something you get to know and be okay to accept it. It's different. My husband is a loving and humble soul, as I mentioned at the top of my post. He's generous. We do charity. He feeds homeless people once a week, and his family has never ever forced anything on me, and they've treated me as their own. I never saw him as violent. It's as if the events that were described in my husband are 2 different people. My husband said therapy tremendously helped him grow. He's also trying to get me into therapy because it came as such a shock to me. This all happened in Pakistan, by the way. We all know the justice system is fucked there. There are some more details that I've rubbed off because that might track our identity. When I posted in the following subs I mentioned above, everyone reached out to me to say my husband is a saint, and I agree. This man is my everything. The fact that he never disrespected me, treated my father, says a lot. I can't ever repay, even treated my father says a lot. I can't ever repay him back.
Holy shit.
Man, that's that was a tale.
Damn. That could make for a fucking TV drama. Holy shit.
That was some nuclear revenge.
It was. Holy shit. I don't think we're gonna top literal fucking murder for nuclear revenge.
I'm sure I could find more murder posts.
Not many of them, but they probably exist.
Top comment: if you have a husband who would move heaven and earth and would walk through hell itself to find you and your children if they were taken, and would avenge you if you were gone, that is a rare and wondrous thing.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, wow. The thing is, considering the shit that dude was doing, you know, this is like one of many, many, many victims that he had, many people he had victimized. Like, I don't know. He kind of got what was coming to him. Whew.
Yeah. My husband told me something that I can relate to. We are animals. No matter how well dressed we are animals, and we have feelings. Those feelings define our morality. Everyone has different morals. There is no right. It's only what you feel is right.
Wow.
I got heavy. I'm going to find a silly one.
Yeah, please. Holy shit. I can't make jokes about this. It's too dark.
Right. Let's see. Our confession. This should be good.
Okay.
Hopefully this will be more uplifting.
Hopefully. Comparatively.
Okay. Confession. I participated in traumatizing a mentally challenged kid.
God damn it! God fucking damn it!
So, there was a mentally challenged kid who we'll call Caleb, fake name. He was in my class in primary school for 2 years. The form teacher of my class, let's call her Madam MDM Tan. I guess Madam Tan? I don't know. Caleb was very hyper and couldn't really control himself, but he was very nice, but he could act out at times. He was scared of loud noises, but loved the Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, kid after my own heart.
He would sometimes, mid-class, scream something about Red Power Ranger or something. Everybody laughed, and Madam Tan just got pissed. It wasn't that disruptive to the class, so she could have just continued class. Instead, she just said something along the lines of, everyone on the count of 3 scream, Caleb, keep quiet!
Oh.
At the time, we didn't realize what I was participating in. Since everyone was doing it, I joined in and screamed it too. I remember the first time this happened, he didn't know what the result would be, and when it happened, he shouted and cried out of fear, I'm assuming. The next time it happened, he covered his ears, but didn't really help much. He would be out of breath from the screaming we did. After a few years, I realized that I'm kind of an asshole for joining in, but I tell myself I was 7. I couldn't have known. For about 2 years, Caleb had to go through that trauma. Came to a point where his parents, super cool people, talked to the principal, but the teacher continued it. That teacher should have been fired. She was like 50 plus or whatever, so there's no way you can be as irrational as to do things like to a kid like that.
Yeah.
If I ever meet Caleb, I will apologize. I promise that.
Yeah, that's...
Your teacher was a piece of shit.
Your teacher's a fucking dick. Holy fuck. Holy shit, that is pretty bad. I mean, not as bad as the last guy, but...
Yeah. I just realized I accidentally read 2 in a row.
Whoops.
Whatever, it flowed. It was like the joke, you know?
Yeah. You good.
Yeah, here's one. Read this.
Am I the asshole for not giving my seat at the cinema to a child? I, 25 female, am a big fan of the UK girl group Little Mix. They have a lot of younger fans, but I've been a fan of theirs since 2011 when I was 14, and they've been basically my main obsession in my teens. Today is their final concert before they're going on a hiatus, so their concert is being live streamed in cinemas. I was also a nanny for a little girl for 6 years. The girl's now 10. Let's call her April. My obsession with Little Mix has sort of rubbed off on her while I was her nanny. When Little Mix announced a few weeks ago that they were going to show the concert in cinemas, I called her mom and offered to take the girl to the cinema. She loved the idea, and I bought tickets literally as soon as they were available. Earlier today, April's mom asked... I'm not saying mum. I'm an American.
But the British! You gotta say the British!
No.
British! The British!
April's mom asked me again about the details, time, which cinema, our seats, and after I gave her all the information, she asked me if there's another seat available next to us. I checked, but unfortunately there were only 2 individual seats at the very front, so she said it's fine. However, a couple hours later, she texted me to say that a friend of hers is going to check at the cinema to buy a ticket for her daughter, who's also roughly 10, so that she can sit by herself but still come with us. I wasn't particularly keen on the idea because I wanted to just take April, sort of as a thing to do for fun together, not me babysitting her. Obviously, she needs supervision, but I know what she's like. I know I don't need to worry about her running off, etc. I don't know anything about the other 10-year-old. However, I didn't say a thing. Then I got a call that the cinema told them that they are not happy to let a 10-year-old sit by herself, and they offered to have the 2 girls sit in the seats I had booked and for me to sit at the front. I tried to be polite about it, but I told them that I don't want to do that. Oh, God. I booked the tickets over 3 weeks ago. I got us good seats, and I also paid more because I pay the adult price, and the kids' prices are obviously cheaper. April's mom thought this was reasonable and didn't press me any further, but the other mother...
You're really ruining the immersion of this post. I just want to make that known.
Okay. But the other mother called me childish because Little Mix is for kids anyway, so I don't need to be watching their concert and that it would mean more to her daughter.
Silly rabbit, Little Mix is for kids.
The daughter was upset, and I suggested she watches it at home. You can still buy live streaming tickets to watch at home, but it didn't matter to them. I feel bad that the girl is upset and gets it, sorry, my bad. I feel bad that the girl's upset and get it's more about the experience than simply watching it. That's why I paid for cinema tickets after all. But I've been looking forward to this and would have frankly gone alone, but I thought it'd be nice for April as well. Am I the asshole for not giving up my seat so April and the other girl can sit together? No. No. The mother went out of her way to screw this all up for you. This is on her, not you. You're not the asshole. You were just planning on making it a trip for you and April. Just a thing for you two to do together. Pals being pals, which is respectable.
Yeah.
It's
not the ass. Someone said not the asshole. You bought the tickets, you get the seat. Simple as that.
Yep, your money, your seats. I'm shocked that she got the fucking theater itself involved with this shit. Holy shit.
Yeah. Somebody said the moms were not just poor planners, they were users. They never should have asked OP to take a random kid to the movies. This was not a babysitting job. It was an outing OP paid for and was doing as a nice thing for a kid she cared about.
Yep.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. Pretty firmly in the not the asshole category here.
Yeah.
You're under no obligation to look after another kid.
This is long, but it could be juicy.
Okay.
This one comes from our D&D Horror Stories.
Ooh, fun.
Quote, am I missing something? Am I the asshole? A weird horror story about my character being the designated group loser.
Oh, dear.
I really did not expect I would ever write a horror story about this group, because these are my friends, but here we are. This is in Legend of the Five Rings, a faux Japanese medieval fantasy RPG about samurai with a really cool skill and dice system. I joined an ongoing campaign and was a bit reluctant at first. I had played 2 one-shots before, and they felt really punishing and restrictive if you're not already a huge weeb or deep into the game lore.
Yeah.
But the DM convinced me that the campaign would be different. I wanted to play a character who had a lot of options in this system and wasn't as prone to get punished by the honor and glory mechanics that made the character play so inflexible in my eyes.
Yeah.
My DM wanted me to play a peasant because those rules were new at the time, at least to him. I was worried that I might not fit in enough as a peasant, so lastly we settled on a nun, the bastard child of a low-ranking samurai. Sorry, I gotta say that more epically. A nun, the bastard child of a low-ranking samurai, who was placed in a really cool avatar-like elemental kung fu order. She was also from the Dragon Clan, the least stiff bunch of the samurai in the setting. So the cast is GM, nun, me. The nun is me. There's a caster, a powerful warrior priest with a really cool arc from radical scion to disillusioned secret rebel ninja. Actually, 2 characters. After one died, with some similar skills to like sibling warriors. They have like a cool love story, but otherwise just happy to play along. Anyway, from the beginning, I was kind of an outsider. I jumped in when the younger brother of the illegitimate, as it turned out later, new emperor was hiding in my monastery and just randomly sent along with the group to help with the mission he had for them. From the beginning, I was just kind of there a lot. I had put some family conflict in my backstory, but it was never really relevant, though I did remind the GM of it a few times. The backing track. My backing track has been too chaotic, let's say.
Okay.
Sorry.
Switch it up. Gotta get the right mood.
Well, it's not. No, it was more like I was losing, it was too distracting.
Yeah.
I had no real motivation beyond my orders, which had no discernible motivation of their own. But I did play a curious young woman who was open to adventure, and the GM had said that he would integrate me. Only that never happened. I thought maybe it would have something to do with me not being a real samurai and my character feeling insecure about it, but no, that was basically fixed like a plot hole by our main boss lady unceremoniously handing me a sword. She was even from my clan, and I stuck around her and a few other fitting characters several times to ask about any specific jobs, but was just told to follow orders and be quiet. Simultaneously, I discovered that my character was unexpectedly difficult to play in combat, and that nobody was interested in the utilities she could offer. And she wasn't optimized mechanically because I didn't really know the system very well. But we were getting enough XP, and I was allowed some bug fixes to my account to account for the misunderstandings on my part, and some mistakes the group made in general rules-wise. The problem was, during this time, the GM seemed to get absolutely fixated on the idea that my character was to be useless. His one-person running gag about none being shit in combat is probably best exemplified by GM's absolute insistence on calling caster the Avatar. Well, I was literally playing a Kung Fu Elementalist who was especially balanced between the elements, and she didn't underperform anymore. She was declared overpowered rather explicitly and implicitly. Whenever I was trying to bring my own ideas to the table and did anything with my powers besides plainly hitting stuff with a standard attack, the one thing she's bad at and not supposed to do by our class's design, the GM bent over backwards to find reasons not to allow it or fudge the rules. And if he couldn't stop Nun from using her talents in a useful manner, other characters would get praised for doing literally less than the same after a combat, both in-game and out of it, while Nun and I stood by. So we get to a climactic highlight where we have to fight a really, really powerful Oni demon at the Wall trademark. By now, we're all extremely high level and very powerful. Everyone is some kind of power player in politics and has relationships with powerful figures, except for me, of course. Because when I approach someone like that, they don't give a flying fuck that I'm also a slayer of all those demons, traitors, etc. And could probably grind half the realm's champions to stardust if the GM wouldn't very obviously keep fudging all the enemy's saving throws.
Yeah.
They address the people that are just as strong and famous and less polite. Not me. But my lower heritage isn't even brought up to justify it. So after a few attempts to get... I don't know why they changed GM to DM here, whatever. DM to make things more fun for me and my characters by suggesting things at the table, I write him a long text as to why I feel pretty left out at times in his otherwise really cool campaign. He does listen, and I tell him that I had hoped to be the first to claim my class's ultimate ability and develop a reputation as one of the absolute best in my field. Being the first was no longer possible when Ninja died and his sister became the new Ninja, already having her... I don't like when people just, swap out characters who die with their identical siblings.
Yeah, I fucking hate that shit.
Very lazy. And this apparently happened twice in this campaign.
Yeah, like when I was playing Curse of Strahd in like a previous campaign, when my character died and I had to introduce a new character, like they didn't do like the whole, twin brother shit. Like I had to make a completely new character with a new backstory, new motivations and shit. Like I had to build from scratch.
To be fair, that's more fun, isn't it?
It is, and I actually liked my second character more than my first.
Yeah. What was I? But it was still a very fitting niche for None to just have this to be this legendary fist fighter, and maybe I could get there for the final boss battle instead of after the political intrigue after where it's basically useless, and the GM okays that. I guess they're the GM again. I don't know why they keep swapping. I also want something of my own for the politics around the end of the Emperor's bloodline that would follow the war at the Wall. Trademark. Something to make me more than just part of the group. I suggest that the Nun could get a vision from her clan's dragon spirit god and start a small sect that was a different kind of reform movement to the radical cabal that Castor had fallen in with, but still different from the other two characters' more personal motifs. And she would have this interesting power base to make herself heard and a good motivation. I offer her to flash... They say flash, I think they mean flesh. Flesh out the movement's philosophy and some members. The GM explicitly okayed that too. Then our last session comes around, and it's just a constant litany of middle fingers to my character. We defend the Wall, trademark, and GM wants to know who does it best. Turns out it's me, and the matter is immediately dropped. No, there is no reward. None is a healer. She spends the time when everyone else is doing their established relationships tending to the wounded. This keeps her out of the loop for the actual story for really no reason. Then we get told the desperate plan to save the Empire, and the Nun feels drawn to some mysterious and powerful positive presence beyond enemy lines, which is an ice cream truck in the Sahara levels of weird under the circumstances. Of course, I play off of that. It was my clan's founder that gave me this insight, and I had zero reason not to trust it. The boss NPCs were surprisingly easily convinced after Nun's group backs her up, so we fly over the enemy lines with some powerful NPCs. It turns out, the first thing that Nun did as her own character was lead the group into death for basically no reason. We meet the big boss Oni and are completely helpless. Nun, feeling responsible for this, tries to at least sacrifice herself or otherwise cover the others' retreat, but it's completely pointless. None just fucked up. No chance to fix it. We die. But surprise, we're not dead! Instead, we get a vision from the dead emperors who were actually gods. Or more like one god copy-pasted. Look, it's complicated.
Yeah.
All along, and they tell all four of us to reform the Empire. One might notice some similarities there. They then send us back to fight the Oni again. At this point, I'm less than thrilled, because my hope to use my skills in battle are in vain so far. I was shit on the entire session, and the GM took my idea to make my character unique and explicitly made it not unique. But hey, now's my chance. We're gonna fight the Oni on equal grounds. I can at least show off my cool stuff now. Nope. We're buffed by the Emperor beyond recognition. I hit the guy once without any chance to apply my new skills, with basically the wrong type of damage, and more as a side effect to getting my fun stuff. The entire evening, the GM was fudging rolls left and right to stop us from escaping. But when it came to the final confrontation, giving the biggest, baddest evil dude a few more hit points so we could at least show off a little bit was somehow impossible. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one short a hero moment or two there. It was over so quickly that who was useful was basically a question of luck on the initiative roll. I wrote the GM today. He's hurt that I didn't like my special session. I was the center of things, and the hero in his eyes, but he didn't explain how that worked logically. Also, all the times that I tried to suggest things at the table apparently don't count, because that's what I should have done if I wanted something. And that talk with the Emperor gods was my scene, and he doesn't get at all why I didn't just take charge, because there was no indication for me. But I didn't, because there was no indication for me to do so, because my character obviously and reasonably felt like that god just had bailed her out of the mistake of her lifetime. I'm so lost here. This is my real life group. They're my friends. GM is apparently hurt and insulted by me not liking getting shit on for an evening. I tried so hard to make myself heard in different ways. What he says absolutely makes no sense to me. Please tell me how all this sounds to you. I could really use some more perspectives.
Your GM is shit.
Honestly, he just sounds like a bad writer.
He does. Like, he's just not good at this. Like...
Like I don't even necessarily doubt that he thought he was giving you a moment.
Maybe
I think
he
he's
did.
just I think he's just really fucking bad at it.
Yeah. Oy vey. Oy.
I think, yeah, people are saying to take a break from this group. I think someone else should GM, honestly.
Yeah, get somebody else to take charge as the GM in the group, because it seems like Homeboy over here doesn't really isn't terribly good at balancing the wants, needs, and desires of the various party members, and making sure that all the different party members have, proper moments to shine and have their own unique, important character moments, story beats, and shit like that. Like,
it sounds like he can only GM effectively when he has a pretty rigid plan, and he's not very good at integrating and incorporating feedback and whatnot. So
an important element of being a good a good game master is being able to work shit out on the fly and being able to improvise a good story.
Yeah, this guy he just sounds like he's not good at improvising, and whenever he has to, he just kind of defaults to his own like running gags and stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I just question whether he's really fit to be a GM at this point.
Yeah. It just seems like he's not well suited to the role of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which is what I meant by, your GM is shit. It's just he's not doing he's not good at what a GM should be good at.
Yeah. It's kind of tricky though, because it's like, some people need the practice, but like that kind of necessitates other people playing through lackluster sessions to get that to that point. I would just I tell him to maybe go to the drawing board, do some studying or whatever, take some advice, and play a different campaign for a while. Maybe I don't think this is unsalvageable or anything. I just think the guy is maybe not the best at his job.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So Kevin, I think it's time for the lightning round.
Woohoo!
If I can fucking get it to load, that'd be great.
Everybody loves the lightning round.
Well, not our arch nemesis, Paul Gosar DDS.
True.
Class representative of the state of Arizona. He is patently not a fan of the lightning round. Sorry, I'm just loading the page. Anyway, it's time for the lightning round. This is where we go to our unpopular opinion and read the unpopular opinions. Are these opinions unpopular? Do you agree or disagree? Let's find out, I guess.
All right.
Unpopular opinion: wind turbines are beautiful as fuck, and I have no idea why people seem to think they're ugly. I don't think anyone actually thinks they're ugly. I think that they're masking their flagrantly anti-renewable energy views under the guise of saying they ruin the landscape.
Wind turbines are very big fans. They look cool.
Yeah, they look like the future. I like the future. That's where we have less problems, hopefully. Anyway. Unpopular opinion: the smoke you get when you blow out a candle smells better than most scented candles. I don't have an opinion on that.
I don't really have an opinion on it either. It's just whatever.
Okay, I gotta see what the hell the post was on this one. Okay, no, I'm not reading that.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion: the sunrise is better than the sunset. It's the same
It's the
shit
same
in a
thing.
different. It's the same shit in a different spot.
Oh, God.
This guy's literally just saying, "I like facing left more than right."
That's
what he's saying.
These are the worst opinions. Holy shit. I have nothing to go on so far. God.
Unpopular opinion: chocolate is only good when it's refrigerated or somewhat cold. I'd say it's the best when that, but like. No.
Oh yeah, same. Like I don't like it when the chocolate is like too warm or too soft, because that means it melts super easily and it gets all over my fingers and it just doesn't feel good and it makes a massive mess. I like it when it's a little bit cold, like kind of chilled through, so that I can hold it and it doesn't like melt in my hand.
Sure.
So yeah, I agree.
Unpopular opinion: influencers provide nothing useful to society. That's unpopular?
That's unpopular? I think that's just true.
Yeah. Africa by Toto isn't that good. Okay.
It's fine. It's alright.
Yeah.
Makes a good meme.
Yeah.
Sounds especially good when you auto-tune Brian barfing over it.
Unpopular opinion: going to strip clubs while in a relationship is grounds for a breakup. If you think so, that's fine for you. Other people, every relationship is established by the people in it. So,
Yeah. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't care. But like, it's valid if you think so, but only for your relationship.
Only from your perspective.
What we're basically saying is that's like, your opinion, man. Unpopular opinion: businesses should add a space to take naps if they want to return to the office. Better idea. They should just let them go home and sleep.
Yeah. I'm too tired to work. Okay. Get paid for the rest of the day. Go sleep.
Yeah. The unpopular opinion: cosmic brownies aren't that good. They're okay. They're good.
They're pretty good. I like them.
You
are wrong.
Man. Unpopular opinion: mango is the best fruit. It's up there.
It's pretty damn great. I really like mango.
I like mango.
And I also like mango flavored things.
Yes.
My favorite flavor of haichu, mango.
Yeah. Haichu.
Yeah.
The hell's what's haichu?
It's like a Japanese fruity chew candy.
Oh.
It's really good. You should try it.
Where do you find that?
Walmart in the international food section.
Your Walmart has an international food section?
Yours doesn't?
I've never seen an international food section in a Walmart.
Huh. Weird. It's just been like a thing for every Walmart I've gone to over the last 10 years.
Like, are you talking like specifically in California? Because I believe that.
No, California, Arizona, over here in Kentucky.
Arizona? Paul Gosar DDS allows this?
Apparently.
Paul Gosar DDS, Sovereign Emperor of Arizona, allows this? No, I've never fucking seen the international food section in a Walmart.
I should buy you some haichu and send it to you. You'll like it.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: saying just Google it is fine if someone asks a dumb question on the internet. Yeah. Generally.
Yeah, like in real life, it's a little bit more not socially acceptable.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: hard work has zero correlation with success. This depends how you define success. I wouldn't say zero, but what I would say is it's not going to break the threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading another one and thinking, no, I'm not reading that one.
Okay.
It's a weird day for this sub, honestly. Unpopular opinion: I feel like we should be able to ask people with visible physical deformity, disabilities, or scars what happened.
It's kind of a case-by-case basis what they're...
You do that and tell me how that works out for you.
It is an entirely case-by-case basis, like, if the person is comfortable saying that, so it's hard to say one way or another.
This is one of those things I'm just like, you do it if you want, man. Good luck with that.
Yep, good luck.
Unpopular opinion. Talking to yourself out loud is positive, helps us formulate our thoughts and process our feelings, and is far too often misinterpreted as a sign that someone is crazy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree. Man, there's a lot of fucking words in that post. Anyway. Unpopular opinion. Yo-yoing should be more popular. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, fucking yo-yos are awesome.
Yo-yos, man.
Have you seen the Yo-Yo Master? He just kept on yoing.
Unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion. Farting in front of someone is a sign of trust.
Sure,
okay.
But also, what?
I don't know how you arrived at this conclusion, I guess.
Thank you for the post.
Unpopular opinion. No one actually has a favorite movie.
Nah, you wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say no one does something, then no, someone does.
Oh, Guest Disappearance isn't actually my favorite movie. Sorry. Guess I've been lying to myself this entire last decade. My bad.
You know, I'd always suspected as such. But no, so, obviously, especially, there's people out there are people out there who have only seen one movie. So by default, it must be their favorite.
It must be. It has to be.
So, yeah, so check and mate. Check and mate. Unpopular opinion, tall ceilings are useless, and on is short. Unpopular opinion, low-rise jeans don't look good on anyone. OP is surrounded by fat people. No, obviously they look good on some people. That's why they make them. Unpopular opinion, I hate failures being called learning experiences. Well, why don't you get good then?
Failures are learning experiences. If you fail at something, that means you knew you did it. It means you knew you did something wrong, and you can learn from it.
Ah, stop saying that. I hate when they do that. Ugh.
But yeah, OP needs to get good.
Yeah. Just have you tried not failing?
That's the whole point of saying that.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, you don't need to own multiple homes, but everyone deserves to be able to afford one. Man, I hate that that's unpopular.
I really hate that that's unpopular.
Unpopular opinion, stalls are preferable to urinals. Yes, and it's a corporate conspiracy to have to avoid paying for more walls.
Yep. Give me the walls, please. I don't want other people looking at me peeing. Thank you.
Unpopular opinion, partners who ask to exchange account passwords are awful. Yeah, that's not a great sign.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, putting flowers on the stovetop is impractical and silly. Yes, finally someone said it. I don't get it. Why do people put flowers on the stovetop? It's weird.
Oh. Now, hold on, like the last one, are we talking like bank accounts or what?
Yeah, well, just account passwords, like a Twitter account or something.
I mean, if it's like for a personal, like, if we're talking, like, read that one again. Hold on, I want to like unpack that for a second.
Why is this so complicated? Partners who ask to exchange account passwords are awful.
Yeah, like for like personal accounts, yeah.
Well, what are you thinking of? Account passwords.
Hulu.
Fine, I'll read the post. It's weird how people brag about their partner trusting them so much they both share passwords, especially when one partner asks for the password of the other. More often than not, they eventually feel too awkward to retract it, and then the problems start. I have had multiple friends who shared their passwords with other friends and partners, and whenever they wanted to vent to me about anything, they'd text off a second account so the people on their main one wouldn't see it.
Yeah, okay. So this is like strictly for like personal social media accounts and shit. Okay. I was thinking for shit like Netflix and Hulu, and I'm like, we literally are pro account sharing here, but like, okay, if it's talking about personal like social media and shit, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that.
Yeah. I thought that was implied, but okay.
That's like a big.
I'm glad you're caught up.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion, pancakes are best when they're a little raw in the middle. Well, that's unpopular, I'll tell you that.
Nope. No.
If you want to be further grossed out, this guy's username is Turds McQueef.
Turds McQueef. I'll give him one thing, it's creative.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. Men take longer to shit because they secretly or unknowingly enjoy the sweet prostate massage. Do you think I control the speed at which this happens?
I do not control the speed at which I shit.
I'm just telling you right now, no. I'm sure people look, like, you're right in that it can feel nice, but like also we don't control it is the part like
yeah.
It's not I'm confused how you have the same mechanism. I don't know like why you would think it was controllable. It's not.
Can you control how fast you shit? Can you control the speed at which you shit?
Can women do that?
Can they?
You know more women than me. Ask them.
That's a weird thing to ask somebody.
Yeah, well, better you than me. So Kevin will get back to us about that next week. And we're going to hound him every time until he does. Unpopular opinion, movies are better treated as multi-episode miniseries. Someone watched the Snyder Cut. Unpopular opinion, artificial grape flavoring is good, and I will stand by that.
Yes.
See, the thing about that is that it's a real flavor. It's Concord grapes, but most people don't eat Concord grapes, so they think it's not a real grape flavor, but it is.
Yeah, it actually does taste very accurately like Concord grapes. It's just most people don't eat Concord grapes. They eat, either white grapes or red grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why. Unpopular opinion, mismatched sex drives is a totally valid reason to leave a relationship even if everything else is perfect. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't know.
It's your life, man.
Depends on the person.
Okay, this one is... I'm going to see what this one wrote. Okay, unpopular opinion. What is so impressive about deer? Not a thing, that's what. I've been browsing Zillow for homes. And every now and then, I'll come across a house where the owner must like hunting because he's got deer trophies hanging all over his man cave or in the main living room or whatever. Now, I've got nothing against hunting or outdoor lifestyles whatsoever, but whatever people find so impressive or majestic about deer eludes me. Of course, we should absolutely have respect for the wildlife we share this planet with, but it's not like seeing a deer is seeing some rare tropical bird, so what is exciting about it? I don't really get it. Every summer I see deer on mountain bike trails, and some areas are so common they're a nuisance. I understand urban dwellers likely can't relate to this. What makes deer so special they deserve to be immortalized so? It's either a pathetic way to show off how manly one's hobbies are, or purely a memento to justify the thousands of dollars spent on hunting equipment and hunting trips. Top comment, they're delicious.
There you go. I like top comment.
Yeah, good enough. Venison, where it's at.
Venison.
Where it's at. Unpopular opinion, as a Little Debbie's fan, a lot of Little Debbie's opinions today. As a Little Debbie's fan, oatmeal cream pies are disgusting. You take that back.
Oatmeal cream pies are fucking amazing. There's literally a box of them downstairs right now that I could be eating.
If I had a choice, if you, user Z Dr. E, were hanging over a pool of lava, and I could either save you or a box of oatmeal cream pies, I would go with the cream pies.
I would go with the cream pies.
I'm gonna be honest. So enjoy lava, sucker. Next time, have better opinions. Unpopular opinion, low poly graphics in Bloom look beautiful in games. They can.
Yeah, they can.
Unpopular opinion, Scarface is a terrible movie and Al Pacino is not a good actor.
Say hello to my little friend.
I've never seen it. So.
I actually like Scarface. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favorite movies, but it's good.
Unpopular opinion, I think in most situations, employees shouldn't share their salary information. OP is a boss. That was not a compliment, it was just a statement of fact. Unpopular opinion, anime is too expressive. The gasps, the overreacting, the obnoxiously loud laughing and sound effects. Nobody talks like that in real life, not even in Japan. Not even English cartoons are that extreme in noise. It is damn annoying to watch. Somebody's top comment, the manga is quieter.
Yeah, read the manga, OP.
Now people in the comments are just quoting South Park quotes. Kenny! Kenny! That's funny. Unpopular opinion, Batman Returns is a better movie than The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yes.
Let's see here. I am not finding a good one to end off on. There's no really hot. Where's a hot take? Give me a hot take. Come on.
Give us something spicy.
What the fuck? Such a weak day for unpopular opinions.
Damn. Yeah, like the first three, it was just like, I have nothing to work on here.
Unpopular opinion, Battle Royale is the dumbest name for that genre. I don't know where it came from, but Battle Royale is the stupidest name you could have given to this new genre of gaming. What is so royal about it? The name is only a ploy to make one look more like it is and make children go, oh wow, I could become a king, stupid pushy shit. And then some top comment, not to be an asshole, but it's Battle Royale.
Not Battle Royal, Battle Royale. There's a bit of a difference. Just a bit.
It's called that. Someone says that it's called Person McHuman. Great name. It's called that because the genre is based off the title of a book called Battle Royale, which is about a large group of people forced to fight to the death. And then OP responds, it bugs me almost as much when I see people write loose instead of lose. Nothing else is bugging me, but these two topics get my gears grinding for some reason. You saying that after writing royal instead of royale, the irony is palpable. And this guy keeps quoting OP keeps quoting the fucking dictionary like he's right. You're not right.
You're not.
These are different words.
Oh boy. God, you gotta love people like this who can't admit that they're wrong. And they just cling to this one thing, hoping that if they say it loudly enough and frequently enough, that you'll believe them when they're just factually incorrect.
He doesn't fucking. It's royal. Royale is just French term for royal. Am I wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he mentioned he's German and he's like I don't think he understands the difference between these two
Okay,
words.
okay. That makes a little more sense, but at the same time, like, you're not right, dude.
His attitude is not good about that.
Maybe you should get into a battle royale and figure out which one of you is saying the right word.
Unpopular opinion, I think there should be more neo-pagans, even though I'm not one.
The fuck?
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Hail Pazuzu!
Okay.
I knew a pagan once. He was one of the coolest people I ever met.
This dude over here is the coolest pagan I know.
He was the only pagan I knew. Well, aside from his family, who were also pagan. But, like...
But by extension, he is also the coolest pagan you know.
He was a cool guy. I have formative memories of watching Black Christmas 2006 in his basement. Also, I shredded my toe on his fucking stairs, but it's okay because he had a can of spray-on skin, which helped a lot.
Spray-on skin. Oy.
Yeah, he's the only person I've ever known who just casually had a can of spray-on skin.
It's okay, this happens regularly.
Maybe you should fix your stairs.
It's a good idea.
Unpopular opinion, we owe our parents nothing for raising us. This opinion is only unpopular in India, apparently. Unpopular opinion, cold maple syrup is better than warm maple syrup. They're both good.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, the phrase kids should be seen, not heard is degrading to children. No shit!
No fucking shit! This is unpopular?
You think? Unpopular... Did Reddit exist in 1856 Victorian England? Is that where we are right now? I do say the phrase, kids should be seen, not heard, is degrading to children.
Yes, quite right, Reginald. I do agree forthwith.
See, this is the guy who refused to say mum earlier. I just want everyone to know that.
I just didn't want to do a fucking British accent for the entirety of that long-ass post.
Okay, there's no good end in sight. We're just gonna call. I'm calling it.
Alright.
Calling it. It's over.
This is
done. If you want to be part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com or join our official Discord server provided in the link in the description below. You can also follow us on Twitter at ZeekFreak and at CCharmanderK and subscribe to this channel for more shit like this, I guess. That's it, we're good.
More shit like this? Let's go!
Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
Wait. I feel like I was supposed to bully you for something.
Yeah, there's been a distinct there's been a distinct lack of bullying this episode, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is.
I feel like I'm supposed to bother you about something every episode.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Your sarcasm has been noted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you recognize.
I'm sending a memo to the department about that. If you remember what I was supposed to bully Kevin about, please email it at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. Because we can't let this go. That was the end of that sentence. I don't know why I thought that was
okay.
Bye everyone. Z freak out. Ciao for now.